Вот это мы только что прибыли в Нью-Йорк. Вот вид, у нас прямо рядом со станцией мы находимся, наш дом. Совсем рядом. Называется крошечный домик. Называется B&B Robin Hood and Little John. Собственно, как по легенде. Сейчас пойдем в замок. Сейчас пойдем в замок, где умер Evil King John. И где что-то еще там происходило. Сейчас посмотрим. Тут два замка. Один в Ноттингаме, другой здесь. Вот мы приехали к Нью-Йорк Касл. Вот сейчас зайдем. Пришли по совершенно жуткому Main Road. Это совершенно scary. Сейчас, ладно, пойдем в замок. Здесь умер злой Кинг Джон. Look at this, it's nice shop here. Gleb, careful. Let's stop now. Просто щелком. This isn't saying to me.
There are two flowers here already, and they made a wonderful show. What are you doing, Nicholas? Why don't you walk properly? Look at this, alright.
Yes. Foundation. What is it? Это Нью-Йорк. This is place of New York. New York Civil War trial.
No.
Aye.
Isn't this for blind people?
No.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Just another town was taken when you city. During the English Civil War, the market town in New York was later.
Look at this.
Look.
Mom, Lou's allergic to flowers.
No, she's not allergic to flowers. Yes. Look, I want to read this one. The first stone castle. At last I found something about history of this castle. Let me read. The first stone castle. Look, it's here. In New York was built a powerful Bishop of Lincoln, Alexander the Magnificent, in the about 1130. It occupied the site of the earlier Norman castle, which was made of earth and timber. Archaeologists carefully uncovered evidence of prehistoric Norman and Roman and Anglo-Saxon settlement was here. So how old is this castle actually? In 1216, King John died here. Legend was it that he was poisoned. Who poisoned evil King John? Who wanted to kill Robin Hood, see? And following this one of his captain, Robert de Goji, what is it? Goji?
Yeah.
Kept
Gorgie.
Kept possession of the castle against the orders of the new king, Henry III. In 1218, following a week-long siege, the Gorgie agreed to leave and castle was returned to Bishop of Lincoln. The castle remained under the ownership of the bishop. Okay.
Bishops until 1547, when King Henry VIII took it for the crown. It was then leased to the succession to noblemen, including the Earl of Rutland and Lord Burleigh, until the time of the English War.
From the start of the Civil War, New York was the site of the king, and castle became the important government. What? information
I think that
center?
is an information centre.
What do you mean you think? What do you want me to come in or what?
I don't know.
On the steamer. Mom.
Daddy will pick you up. Ask Dad to pick you up.
Well, if you hold it, Mike.
Okay, hold him. Yeah, go here then.
Dad, what's that?
Go then, explore.
Yeah.
Can you go?
Watch Nelly go down
What's
there.
down there?
Can you go there? Is there anything? Come on, go explore.
Go and explore, Glenn.
Where should I explore?
Oh, I'll go down then. Will you hold him?
Okay, explore then.
No help you, is it?
Lily, don't go. Lily, stay away.
That's locked. You can't get down. Right.
I think you can go this way probably.
You can't get up there, that's locked. You go through here, Pat.
Так, it was distance of which 1 mile. While 1 mile, what? In cover, what? To cover the distance of
Just
one
walk 11 miles along this trail.
Asian pile? What Asian pile are you talking? Oh, look at this. Look in this wall here.
No.
Well, there's nothing here, nothing special. Oh, someone's laying there.
Fire! Council bomb!
Guys. This is nowhere. All the things behind this river wall. Замок. И умер Кинг Джон. Ну, Лили там что-то нашла. А?
Stop that necklace.
This tiny step.
Bloody stupid.
Huh. Oh. Probably can go somewhere. It's closed there. Come on, go climb then. Come on then.
Or should I? I'm not going to do it.
Why not? This way we need to go to another side.
That'd be cool if I was alone.
But get to the other side. Ah, right, you're going through this. That's better, you can see castle there now. Nice river. There's a lot of things for kids there, look.
I don't want to go to any kids' play.
But kids does. You don't want to, but they do.
Okay, they do, but I don't.
Why was it all about what you want?
What are you doing?
So in this castle, this is our first step of Robin Hood place. This is where died evil King John. You know who was him, Gleb? Tell me, who was King John? Remember the music at least. You know, when his brother, proper king, I don't remember. What was the evil King John, but who was the proper king who went somewhere to the war? Who is the brother of this evil King John?
Arthur, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Arthur. It was anything but not Arthur. I think Charles or Henry something. Maybe Henry the Third or Henry the Second.
No, it wasn't Henry.
But anyway, nice
Richard.
king. Ah, Richard, yes, Richard. Yes, King Richard, he was good. He was very good. But he went somewhere to the war. I don't know, he have to left this kingdom to his evil brother. Evil brother, King John. This evil brother, he do everything. People hate him. Huh?
He went to the crusade.
No, if you know something, tell Peter, you know more. You tell.
King Richard was a very religious king.
Oh, tell Gleb, listen. Yeah?
Went against what we call now the Saracens. And the Saracens were called Saracens in those days, but what they were was Muslims.
Oh,
Saracens were Muslims.
Uh-huh.
And he went to fight against the Saracens so that they could get Jerusalem back for because Jerusalem was also... Get away from that bloody edge. That's why I'm on edge myself.
Yes, you're making me an edge. I can't listen. Give me a hand.
No.
Right. Okay, carry on. It's interesting. Oh, river trip. Shall we go on a river trip?
Yeah.
1 and 3 o'clock, and that's all gone.
What time is it now?
What time do you think it is? It's 4:05.
River trip. So, Lily, please stay.
Well,
I'm happy to hear
my
this.
train of thought now.
Well, you will stop and that he was very religious boy. Man, he was against some orator. Please stay away.
Bloody edge.
And
And
he wanted to return this.
He went and fought against the Saracens, and which were Muslims.
Right.
And he came, and when he came back, King John was being awful to his people.
Why they call this King John? It is legend, Robin Hood. But why was the truth?
That is the only truth.
Yeah, why he was actually evil? What he was doing? Why he was so unpopular?
People and getting rich out of the people. He was taxing them so hard.
Ah, see? That's what Robin Hood. But here we go now, see? Robin Hood.
Robin Hood is that one his real name. His real name was Robin of Locksley.
Is it? Look, Daddy knows such a thing which I have no idea. You better
Robin
listen.
of Locksley. That was his real name.
That's interesting. You mean it was real person?
Well, supposedly it was Robin of Locksley. That's what they say.
Right.
That was Robin Hood.
Well, there was a man
Whether
who was...
that was true or not, Elaine,
who is actually rebel, evil King John, yeah?
Yes.
Who was... Lily, stay, Lily, give me your hand, please. You're just getting on my nerves.
Yeah, for a while, that's so lovely.
Come on, sit down here. But stay away from the water. Come on, carry on, it's interesting.
Move along.
See, your daddy knows a lot. Just shame he doesn't use his intelligence. Lionheart, was it Richard the Lionheart?
Yeah, he existed.
Ah, no, I know he's existed, but I don't know if we're talking about this
King
one.
John took all that as his brother.
Ah.
King John and Richard were brothers.
Yeah, I know this. But I didn't know that. I knew this Richard is Lionheart. We even use this expression for a while. Something who is, it's expressed something kindness and so on. So it's all from legend of Robin Hood, you see?
Out of legends, there is a figment of truth.
Like, what about this King Richard, yeah? Lionheart.
Yeah.
Well, after he actually been on this crusade, yeah? He came back, yeah?
And he saw what had happened.
Yeah. And that he has family. He was Richard the First or Richard the Second. What he was?
I think it's Richard the First.
Richard the First he was. That he has sons. Is his son?
I think so, because there's a Richard the Second.
Is it his son or is it son? What about evil King John? Does he have any family?
I don't know. I don't know about that side, Orlena. All I know is he banished him, didn't he?
So what is actually idea was Robin Hood? Robin Hood was supporting of Richard.
Because Robin of Locksley, or Robin Hood, whatever you like to call him.
Well, put him next to you.
I keep trying to.
А как называй сонёс? Listen here, was interesting. Как называй сонёс?
Because I'm looking after him, Orlena.
Just leave him alone. I'm watching him. You seriously not let him go there. Just relax. Nicholas, sit still. Yeah? What else you know?
Well, because Robin Locksley came from the nobility himself. He wasn't just a blinking labourer.
He became a thief. Because he didn't like...
What he used to do was all the so-called the idle rich who were King John's lackeys, when they went through Sherwood Forest, he used to rob them and give the money to the poor.
What about Marian? What about Marian? Maiden Marian, is she real? She was some sort of royal blood as well.
Well, you see, there
Or noble blood.
there again, that's the figment of the imagination. Did she exist or didn't she, you know?
But you just called me the name, not Robin Hood, but what's the real name you said?
Robin of Locksley.
Robin of Locksley, yeah, this is more or less real name, is it?
Well, look at that, look.
Plain, yeah.
Did you see it?
What, plane? Plane, you mean?
Right.
Yeah, of course I saw the plane. The airport here. It's Nottingham Airport. Look how.
That's one of those spy ships, spy planes.
What, who is the spy on?
Big, that can go right up.
No, I'm just doing video. I already did. Lily, give me your hand, for God's sake. Oh, hold Daddy's hand. Look, listen. No, you're not allowed to go like this, okay? Either Daddy's or my hand.
It's a very deep river, Lily, and you can drown. And we don't want that to happen. All the way to
But now there's beautiful castle here. But there's another picture of the castle I would like to do here, but it's way... You must hold... Look, listen, I want... Рыбаки прям сидят, как у нас в Подмосковье. Ха. Интересно. Look at me now, I make you pick.
I want that guitar.
You want to be a musician?
Mom, I want that guitar.
Which one do you like?
The one below that.
This one? Big one?
No, the one below those brown ones.
You like this old-fashioned one?
I like that. I mean the one below.
Like
the one below the brown one.
Ah, pink one.
Hey, what's this?
Так, это Нью-Йорк. Нью-Йорк. Здесь уже на что-то похоже. Там ходили по этому Main Road. Теперь, ну-ка стоит! Это говно стало. 43. Глебик! А так вот он рынок, market. Look, stay here on the square for me, I'll make a picture. Yeah? Why not, darling? Are you ugly?
Yeah.
Of course you are. After you spoil your hair, you don't want to be photographed, do you?
Okay.
You look ugly. Peter, look at me! Peter! Stay and look at me. Oh no! Done is wrong. Look. Oi, she's run away, look.
Mom.
Aye.
I'm hungry.
I'm as well. I think it's here, look, there's plenty of...
I'm hungry.
There's plenty of to eat.
I'm hungry, Mom.
Is it here?
I'm hungry. I love that. The old office.
Post office.
It says post office.
Excuse me.
Lovely area.
It's expensive to live here. We didn't look the property. There was property. Why didn't I look? Lily, stay away, darling. There's the road here, precious. Come here. Oh, look at this lovely little house. Look at...
What's the bigger?
Huh? Yeah, I'll see how much this house is costing. Maybe stay careful, darling. Aye. See. It's another estate agent. No chain. Let's stay, darling. But this is
Mom, let me lick the
Did I steal your watch?
I didn't. And then you have
174.
You
Four
have
bedroom detached house.
You
The
have
reception room, for the room, master and switch. This is lovely.
Yeah, but
That's not
now you
expensive, huh?
yeah, but now you look even worse. I know. Mom, then it looks even worse.
Yeah.
Then it looks worse.
Look at this one, mate.
Saturn trend.
194,000. 194,000.
4 bedroom?
Yeah.
No, this one even better what you
Got a
found.
conservatory as well.
Yeah.
2 garages.
What, I look at this one. This one is oh, this expensive one. Party change. Brand new home. Living dining. So why is this so expensive? 419. That's unbelievable.
That's good.
Really, what are you doing to him?
He's made a fuss of him.
Mary Magdalene Church. Peter, look at me. Hey, Greg, stop being silly. Did you try the wine first time in your life or what?
What?
First time in your life to try the wine?
Can't do that.
You try
I
wine?
never drink wine.
I know you don't.
Only time I ever drink wine. Doesn't look like I'm drunk to you.
Well, it does.
How?
Doesn't you should have any. Lily, wait. Peter, hold your hand.
What makes you think?
Slice here, like. Я приехали к пещере Робин Гута. Так, это мы приехали Edwinstone. Edwinstone was a place where Robin Hood married Marian. I think this way, look. Through this gate.
Yes.
That's the direction where the church is, isn't it? I don't know, she said something path. This looks like path, is it? Ditch, she said. Ditch, no, how she said? Dick or ditch or something like that.
Ditch.
Then she said path. Because I didn't understand her. A little dickish, she said, or ditchy, something like that. What is it? What did she say?
I don't know. Never heard it.
Something means path, small road, very small path. How it's called in English? Something starts with D. No, I think she said D, maybe ditch, yeah. I think we saw the church from the car. Well, do you remember the way?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways, I don't know.
We'll find it.
Your shadow's behind
Newbury Close.
Your shadow's behind
My shadow behind.
Look
This is the church, look. Do you know what's the church? Where's the church where Robin Hood married Lady Marian? Maid Marian, doesn't matter.
How old is this church?
I don't know how old is the church itself. Well, it must be somewhere.
Who's
If Marian was his girlfriend. Ой, ну пусть другие, funny другие. Вот эта церковь, в которой венчались Робин Гуд и Мэриан. Мэриан. Expecting him to live forever?
No.
Look, this is the church, St. Mary Church. Look.
Go inside it.
Oh, that's nice. Look. Yep. Nice. Look. How old is this church, eh? This one, Mary Church. History of St. Mary Church. Still making music. We're playing the organ. Look how lovely. We're playing this. Lovely. This was Robin Hood story. Look. You can't go to altar, lady. Let's play his tune. Can you play this? Nice, look. Nice picture. Huh?
Where was he buried?
Robin Hood? I don't know. Ask Daddy, maybe Daddy knows. Pete, where is buried Robin Hood?
No one knows that.
No one knows. Maybe he's somewhere. Maybe somewhere here, under this ground. If he was married in this church, he could be buried here as well. Or somewhere in the forest, yeah, he was the forest man. Huh? Yeah. You see, churches actually, they're a little bit against all the legend and all these things. So they won't say you much in the church. It's still normal working church. Nice.
How did he die though? Was he died because he was old?
I don't know, darling. You should read the legend. Ask Daddy again. Maybe Daddy knows a lot about this. Peter, Gleb, I have a question for you.
How did Robin Hood die?
Huh?
How did Robin Hood die?
Well, there's lots of answers to that. There's some people say he was poisoned. There's lots of people say things about him, but there's no one really knows.
Yeah, but does he die young or old?
No, he died quite old.
What about Marian? Who lived longer?
Robin Hood.
So Marian died why Marian died then?
I think she was poisoned.
So he lost her quite early.
Yeah. That's a small bungalow, isn't it?
Gleb wants to live here. He said he'll live in this house. You like it? You like it?
Small room.
It's a nice area. I wish we lived here. There's a wood there. We haven't got much time to go to the wood, didn't we?
We'll do it on the way back, haven't we?
Ooh, look. How many years ago? 100 years ago. Look what happened with people. This is suddenly, you know that our land was very, very warm. And then suddenly became very, very cold. Well, it's actually God made it on this side of the planet. Make it look, the people trying to survive. They didn't expect all the snow. They're not prepared to this. How many years ago? Oh, it's already 100 years ago, isn't it? 100 years ago. 100 years ago. 100 years ago there was something there?
Not much. It's not possible.
It's 100 years ago. It's Victorian time.
Yeah.
No, it's already not Victorian time. 100 years ago.
Okay.
No, 100 years ago it's not Victorian time. Victoria died in 1900. Look. Ooh. So 120 years ago, that's very old.
120,000 years ago.
Ooh, it's when people didn't exist then. Look. 120 years ago, and now?
120,000 years ago.
Some years ago. Look, and now how many? 60 years ago. Mammals, yeah. Hyenas.
Yeah. I know they're hyenas.
You know that it's slonic. Huh?
No, they're not yours.
Yeah? Okay, let's look. I didn't look properly. Did you? Now will be... that's Ice Age. What, 120 years? No. 1,200 years ago, yeah? No. What I'm saying? How to say this? How many years?
12,000 years ago.
12,000 years ago. Look, how these people you think survive, huh? As this picture shown this place, what is this place? 100 years ago. Why don't they show it now?
Mama, got all that.
Oh, darling, you better don't put your dirty hands in your mouth.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can... Hyena, look. Look, you can use computer here. Register. Ah, this one is the art we will see. Look. That's what we will see. Register. This is the art. It's very, very old. This is our prehistoric people did it.
Oh my God.
See how the girls are doing. That's what we will see today. But unfortunately, you won't be able to.
There's the bird.
See?
There's the bird. See if you can trace around it, find it. Takes its eye. Funny looking bird, isn't it?
It's a heron.
I think it's a heron. Good.
It's very, very old, really. Bird here. Ice Age knockout. This is where we're going to start. It's interesting.
Yeah, yes.
Well, we've seen it.
What time is it now? What time is it now?
22 minutes past, I think.
Okay, we have time a little bit.
Do you need a week before we go on this tour? Can't
Triangle. Look, can you do this with computer? It's making a color. Triangle.
There we are. Okay.
How do you think that they can do this art if they didn't have a pencil? They didn't have paper? This was written on stones. Probably coming from stone.
Do you like to see this one, sweetie?
Yeah.
You do.
Come on, do it then. Look, you need to just trace it. Show me, look, you need to read, yes. Oh, yes, you're tracing it. Can you trace the deer? Nicholas, to see hyena, for God's sake. Nicholas. What she is? There's a dog's family there.
Yeah, it's a dog family, yeah.
It's a hyena.
Oh, I think that she's going here now.
So what we're going to do in a minute is grab yourself a very attractive hat, which has got a light on the front when we go into the page. Press the button once, turns it on, press it twice, makes it brighter.
Oh look, making a light here.
Some of them can be a bit dull press. They loosen and tighten at the back like a baseball cap.
Yeah.
So if you push that, you pull it, and or push it to loosen it up tight. The last has a battery pack. You can put that either round your waist, in your pocket, over your shoulder. Just like to grab yourself a hat.
Come on, Glenn, grab yourself some. Grab a cup. Me, Liz. Oh, lovely. We're going to the cave. Nicholas doesn't want to weigh anything.
Sorry?
Nicholas, wait. Stay with your daddy now. Stay with daddy. Lil, shall I take your hat and put in my bag?
What hat?
This one.
That one. Mum, is the light
Left
on?
behind, really.
Mum, is the light on there?
Yeah? No, they don't need light now yet. Oh, look, we're coming to the cave now, look.
What's the light on?
Oh, don't start on.
Maybe you say she can't go to next one. What about second cave? You're so bad with this.
Mum, put the light on.
You don't need light. Why you need light on, darling? What for?
Mum, just do it.
No, we don't need it now. Not at all. That's nice here, look.
Yeah. But we have to go.
That suits you.
We have to go.
Peter, that suits you.
Suits me.
Yeah. Hat. I think it's good.
What about Yarmouth about it?
It's already cold.
Yeah.
Because it's cold.
Mum, when will we need this light on?
What's that?
When will we need the light on?
This way to the Greg's. Oh, it's nice here, look. Also can go.
Have you got your light on?
Yeah.
Have you?
When we came to the cave, when it will be dark, we'll put the light on. There's no need for this now, isn't
I'm just touching the button.
Yeah. I just think, do you want to go to this art cave?
Mum, how do you turn the light on?
Huh?
How do you
Peter.
turn
I
the
don't
light
mind.
Art cave.
Why?
Art rock.
Not
Because
really.
huh?
Something like that.
If you're not bothered, maybe we should get money back and you go with Nichols for a walk instead.
Well, you just go.
Where? To Art Rock? I'm very interested in this. I want to see it. But do you understand what I said? Or are you again ignoring me?
I understand exactly.
What did I say? So what's the answer then? I didn't hear the answer.
I'll go, I might as well go.
Huh?
Now I'm here, I might as well go, mightn't I?
Sorry?
Now I'm here, I might as well go.
Okay, you want to go then?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case, you better deal with Nicholas. Huh. Look at this.
Right, welcome to Crestwell Crags then. I'm just going to tell you a bit about the history of the gorge and how it was formed back in the Ice Age. Carved trails into the rock and, went through the cracks in the tunnels. These cracks became fissures in the rock split. You know how it is. So it formed to what we've got here today. Now about 30,000 years ago, because it was still very, very cold at this point, all the water that was present will have been trapped in the ice. So you wouldn't have actually had this lake that we've got here today. There will have just been a thin trickle of water that you can't even really class as a stream down the middle of it. But the lake was actually put in place by the Duke of Portland, who still owns this land, because he heard rumours that people wanted to put a railway line straight through the middle of the gorge, which he didn't want on his land, as you can well imagine. So he actually made this dam that we're standing on right now and cut off the stream and made it into this wonderful boating lake that we've got here. Now I call it a boating lake because the Duke actually kept his boat in the first cave there, called Boathouse Cave. And he used to come out onto the water and shoot at all the little duckies and birds. So he was not a very nice man really. But you can't halt progress, as they say, and so in the late 20th century, a road was built. And now if some of you are local, you might know that the road was built down here. If you're not, you probably can't imagine how it looked. It was a single track road with traffic lights at both ends, and so there was always constantly traffic waiting or going through. And as we've got a quarry down at the other side, there was always quarry traffic moving through as well, which created a bad atmosphere and lots of pollution to the crags. But in 2006 we reopened after a multi-million-pound project, and now the road is actually just a nice footpath that we're going to now walk down and go into Robin Hood's cave. So let's just follow me.
Come on,
If you've got
let's
any
go.
questions on the way, don't hesitate to ask.
Look, that was 30,000 years ago. Look how people look like.
Mom, we have to go.
Okay.
Mom, you want me to
Okay, darling. I know.
be much less?
I'm going, darling.
Mom.
It's alright. No, Gleb, stay here like this. Stay here. I already need you like a model. Look at this. Look how beautiful they are.
Why do you make pictures without me?
Because you was the one who was close. Lily, come on, darling. I'll make you a picture.
without?
That's because it's not the same. Some proof that you've been there. What do you mean roads? It's not roads for the cars, is it?
No.
So why is it such roads for
It
traffic?
used to be, years ago, used to be having lights at either end. Now they've stopped that and they've made it into just a footpath. No cars allowed along.
But, well, what do you mean? They put the stones here on the road.
Good place to cycle.
We're going to now. Be quiet.
Mom, can you do this?
And she got outcast by the local village. She became poor and she got her cottage burnt down by the local people, which wasn't very nice. And so she came to live in this cave, and she used to hunt the fish in the stream, she used to bathe in the stream, and she used to eat the vegetation around. And she used to actually live here all year round. And the people really didn't want her to be there. Because obviously she was a witch, they wanted her killed. But she actually healed the person who extradited her in the first place. She actually healed his son from a very bad disease, using only the herbs around her, and so she was then allowed to stay in the cave for the rest of her life. She wasn't allowed back into the village, but it's better than being killed on the stake, I suppose. So,
How long ago was this?
this was in the early, well, it was Victorian age, so about 1870, so...
Everybody says which lives in this cave. Sorry. Mother Grande. Mother Grande Spala. Neighbors has age made and 40,000, 60,000 years old. Found here in 1920.
Mom, why can't we go inside?
Yeah? Only in the cave, darling. Is this cave? It's raining. Rain. Rain. Gorgeous. This is Robin Hood Cave. Robin Hood Cave. Flynn knife blade. 12,500 years old. Found here.
Yeah, I'm just talking to him for about 5 minutes anyway, so...
Tak, pieczy.
Yes.
Tak, no.
Fantastic.
I'll call find you when I go out.
Brilliant.
So look up here.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, okay, we all able to pile a bit further up. This is actually the largest cave we've got at the Crestwell Crag site. While squeezing around me. And the reason that the Neanderthals, the hunter-gatherers, used this cave when they came up from excuse me, mainland Europe, because at that time Britain was actually joined to mainland Europe, And so they actually followed the herds of reindeer up from a place called Doggerland, which is now underneath the North Sea at around Skegness level. So they came up here for about 6 to 8 weeks during the summer and spent their summer holidays here, which in an ice age, why would you want to do? Why would you want to come on a summer holiday to an icy place? But the reason for that is they actually followed the herds of reindeer up from Doggerland, and they used this gorge as a main hunting site. So, can anyone guess why they stayed in this side of the cave? On this side of the gorge rather than over that side?
South side?
Yes, it's south facing, yeah. So you get all day. Now, reindeer weren't the only animals to use this site as feeding grounds. There was also cave lions, hyenas, woolly rhinoceros, woolly mammoths, there was horses. So there was a whole host of animals that the hunter-gatherers could actually hunt here. And one of those is, in fact, the woolly mammoth, and they used to chase the woolly mammoth up to the top of the cliff.
Oh, look, you must be looking for hyena, Lily. You would be scared of looking for hyena in this cave? Oof. Look. Oh, I guess we have some light here. That's better. Lily, stay here for me, darling, please. Now look at me. Look at me. Ooh, such a light.
Is my light on?
No.
I've done it, Mum.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah? Oof, I can't see anything. Photograph comes. Look, Lily, stay here, darling, for me. When this light is coming to me, I can't see very well. No
Right,
hyena?
okay, so what I'm going to do now is just go back to the geology of the caves for 1 minute. Now, why the caves were made and the gorge was formed so easily from the glacial meltwater is because this rock is actually magnesium limestone, a very soft form of limestone. Now, what you can see over here as well, if you just all like to point your torches this way, is a material called flowstone. Now, this actually drips off the end points of these mini stalagmites that we've got here. Now, the reason we don't get full stalagmites, like you might see in some caves, is purely because the rock is so soft, and it does get broken off very, very easily. Now, back in the 1870s, when the Victorians were here, the floor level was actually at this height, so it was quite a small cave back then, and the Victorians used to use this as a cowshed, believe it or not, so the cows coming in and rubbing against the walls to scratch themselves, as you do, started to wear away the rock. Now, when this happened, bones started to show, bits of bone and, you know,
Gleb, look at me, Gleb.
flint,
No, look at me.
used to start to show. And so what...
Don't. Look, Lily, stay here for me, darling, please.
Yeah, you just mind, just get a bit narrow. Right, we're going to be able to find a pebble that you could find in, you know, you can still go and find them outside in the river now. And they used another piece of rock to just chip away, to make it sharp and into a hand axe. Call it a hand axe because it does just fit nicely in the palm of your hand. And when you pass it round, you'll see that this bit chipped off here is for where your thumb's meant to be. And they used it in just a chopping motion to chop bits of meat, chop bits of bone. So I'll pass it one round.
Oh. Thank you. Dear Nicholas.
So I'll pass that round and you can have a look at that. Have a little play with that.
Oh, look at this stone. This is just two.
Okay then, so as time progressed and technology improved, as it were, they found this material. Now this is actually flint in its natural form, and this hard outer layer needed to be chopped off and chipped away before you could get into the dark, shiny black stuff in the middle. Now the outer layer is quite hard, and so is flint, and this is very heavy, so when I pass this round, do just be careful. But they used to make all the tools out of this big block of flint. Now the nearest place you can find flint is actually on the Lincolnshire Wolds, which is near Norfolk, so it's quite a distance. But they used to travel with these big blocks of flint from mainland Europe, all the way from France and Germany. So when I pass it round, you can just feel sorry for them at how heavy this is that they've got to carry round. Okay, so from that big block of flint then, they used to make these tools. which is another
To someone else.
Lily, give to Lily. Lily, what is it?
same one as the quartzite pebble that I'm showing you, except this is obviously made out of flint. And flint is a very, very sharp stone. It's a very, very sharp rock that's still used in eye surgery today. It's actually 4 times sharper than any surgical blade you will ever find anywhere in the world. So it's still used to make minor incisions. And again, this is just used in a chopping motion to chop up the meat. So I'll pass that one round. You can have a look at that.
Oh, that's sharp, man. That's a phenomenal.
Another thing you could make from the big block of flint then was this. Now this is actually a spearhead. So what they could do with this would be to put it in a broken stick like this and wrap it up with plant resin or animal guts. Sounds a bit yucky, doesn't it, that? And then they used to be able to hunt on their reindeer. Now their reindeer, for the Neanderthals, was actually like an entire supermarket for them. None of it went to waste. There is a bag somewhere. I'll get Holly to pass up the bag for me in a minute. So I'll pass that spearhead round.
Was this how they kill reindeer? Was this one?
Now, as technology and time progressed even further, we thought, what is the point of carrying around that big lump of flint that's already gone round? So what they did, they invented flint core technology. Now, this is actually just the core of one of the big blocks of flint. And it's got a very flat top surface, and it's got very flat panels along the sides. Thank you. And so what they need to do, they just get their antler hammer and just cut away and break off panels. Now these could be used as blanks, as it were, and they could be shaped into sort of any other tool. You know, a knife head, a smaller spear, another hand axe. So I'll let you pass that round, and as you can see, if you look on it, there's a couple that have actually been broken away that could be used as end scrapers. So I'll pass that one round as well.
Hold on, this one.
Now, from the flint core then, they could just chip off a piece like this, and they could then round the edge off. You're right there, don't fall over. They could just round the edge off, and this is what's called an end scraper. So they could just scrape the bits of meat off the bone and off the animal skin to clear all the nasty bits off. So I'll let you pass that on as well. And then what else we've got a theory on as well is this is what was actually used to create the rock art in the other cave across the gorge. Because they can make a very sharp side on this or a very sharp point used to gouge away the soft rock. So I'll pass that on around. Just please don't drop that through the floorboards. We had a bunch of scouts in the other week who did just that with a knife blade. So if you want to see the knife blade, it is just under there somewhere.
This can break, easily break it.
Okay, so as I've just shown you then, an antler hammer would have been used as well. Now antler is made out of the same stuff that hair and nails are. So this is basically just a lot of hair compressed very, very tight. An antler is very, very strong. So as I said, none of the reindeer went to waste at all. Now this bit had been the hammer, and you can use it to shape the flint tools that you've made. Or you can use it for any other thing you can possibly imagine Neanderthals would want to use a hammer for. Now they sometimes dug holes in the middle of this, and either used it to sharpen their spear blades, is one theory that we've got here, or they used it just to tie onto a belt that they've got so they didn't have to carry it around with them all day. So I'll let you have a hold of that.
This hole? Made of hole or?
Yes. Another thing we've found as well is, in the caves we've actually found literally thousands of flint spears and flint hand axes. But can you just put your helmet back on for me, darling? It's one of the rules that we've got to obey, I'm afraid. Thank you. Right, so what else we found then is a bone point like this. Now this can either be used as a bone spear, or what we think is, because we've only found a few of these in the caves here at Cresswell, we think they were more prized possessions, maybe traded for food or used as gifts. So who knows what they were for, if only they would, you know, see back in time, I suppose. So let's pass that round.
Sorry.
These all reconstructed.
Oh, sorry. What is it?
These are actually reconstructed by a very good couple we've got here called John and Val, who are actually flint masons. But I'm just going to pass around in a minute one actual genuine artefact. But yeah, these are all replicas. Sorry to disappoint everyone.
Sorry, what is made of?
This is either reindeer. This is reindeer bone, so it's either going to be like a rib or a leg bone.
Oh, it's all well polished.
So another thing made out of the reindeer bone can be a little needle used to sew together. I'm going to go and find that bag in a minute. I think it's down there somewhere. Used to sew together the reindeer hide to make clothes or to make coverings for their tents. So they used to put animal guts again through the little hole in the middle. It's a bit bigger than ordinary needles we've got nowadays, so I suppose you can thread it easier. So they used to sew together all their animal skins using these. So I'll pass that around, but again, I'll try not to drop it down the floorboard with these. I'll show you the bag on the way out, otherwise I'm just going to cause a force getting down there. So, as I said, these are actually all replicas, except for this thing here. Now this is an actual, genuine Neanderthal hand axe, dated to about 20 to 30,000 years old. Now, the reason we're actually allowed this, because normally we're not allowed anything to hand round that's of the genuine age, the reason we're allowed to hand this round is because the archaeologists that found it either didn't record or lost the records of where and when it was found. So it's basically useless to archaeologists, which is good for us because we get to hand it round and you get to hold a genuine thing. So the reason as well you can tell that it's older is because, like this one, unlike this one, sorry, is this isn't... excuse me. Tickle in the back of my throat there. This one's a lot shinier, it's got a lot rougher cuts, and also it's got some of the flowstone material starting to like grow back over it, so where it's been left, the flowstone started to cover it again. So I'll pass that one round. So that's the real deal you've got there. You can go home and tell all your friends about that.
Okay.
So if anyone's got any questions at this point, do shout out. If not, do feel free to explore this part of the cave, and you might see some Victorian graffiti if you're looking over in that corner. If anyone wants me to point it out, I will gladly do that.
I'll take note. I'll look on the next page.
It's away from me.
No, says I need to get money back. No, not alright, it's my money and I get them back.
And the cartoons,
Their fault, isn't it?
Look at this.
the real one.
See those bones down there?
What?
Have a look down the cave.
Mum, look, some diamonds.
Over there, sitting down.
Okay, now we're going to go down. Nicholas. First of all, it's not even tight enough. It's okay now? Good boy, Nicholas, good boy. It's not tight enough. That's why he doesn't wait for...
Tight, it's letting go.
Good. Lily, you can hurt yourself.
Mum, look, it's right.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Oh, look at this. It's already art.
Burn my lights
Victorian.
back. Burn my lights back.
How you know? The mistake?
She just said, didn't she?
Ah, well, I didn't hear it. Nicholas. Nicholas, on.
Right, so if everyone's finished taking photos, looking around, what we're going to do now is go back down to the platform, and I'll show you this animal, if it's still, oh it is down there. I'll show you the animal skin bag now, and then we'll go back down into the back chamber, and I'll show you the animals that use that chamber leather. The first method is, again, none of the reindeer's wasted, is to mash it and leave it soaking for a couple of nights in mashed reindeer brains. Not very pleasant, but option number 2 isn't much better either. Option number 2 is to wee on it and then to chew it. and unfortunately it does have to be in that order. So what I'm going to do now is play a little game called the sniff test. So I'm going to pass this round, mainly for the children's benefit, so they can smell a nice piece of old leather, but some of the adults might want to have a good old sniff as well. So I'm going to pass it round, and I want you to tell me whether you think it's made out of brains or out of wee. So, do you want to go first?
Brains.
Not very impressed.
Wait.
What do you think?
Brain.
It somehow makes you wonder, though, back in the Ice Age, how on earth they figured out that that softens leather.
That is wee. I can tell.
Brains or wee?
Yeah.
Brains. What do you do?
That's a wee.
Brains smell like that, do you?
Oh, you're missing out there. If you don't smell that, you're missing out. I tell you.
That's wee.
Smells like brain.
Hey. Smells wee.
Well, I have no idea what it is. Oh, we can only guess. So whichever one you think it is, you're more than likely right. So, what we're going to do now then is go down.
No, go ahead with it. Let's go first. You stay with me.
How brains smell.
Ah, see? Come on, go ahead, darling.
It smells
Robin Hood was. Oof. Come on, go ahead. Be careful, Lily. You give me a hand. No, you give me a hand, please. We are going ahead. We're going down now, down the cave. Down the cave. You remember where else we in the cave, Lily? Where? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how it is. Gleb. Like you got to sit down, look, you got to put like this, look. Lil, did I have a light on or not? Lil, look at me, do I have a light?
Yeah.
Oh, go. Right. Look at this.
Keep coming. Mind your head to about where I'm stood. Don't stand up yet. Right, you're just about safe there. Yep, there you go. So if you'd just like to help yourself, go and have a wander around the cave while we wait for everybody else to come through. Don't mind your headset. Until you're about to where I'm stood.
So that is here, like.
Right, okay then. So as
That's an interesting bit.
when you come down here, the chamber is quite like holding one there. That's simply because not a lot of light gets through. And I'll show you how dark it is.
I found the moth in there. The moth.
This chamber actually stays at a constant 9 degrees all year round. This is from. Oh, who said that? You were very correct there, yeah. Yep, this is the shin bone, so that one there, of a baby mammoth. Now you're probably thinking, how on earth did a little mammoth bottom get through there? Well, the answer is actually on the bone. If you'd like to just gather around and have a look, the scratch marks there are from, we're thinking, the end scraper that I showed you back up on the second platform. So there's excuse me, I can't talk today at all. The hunter-gatherers had obviously got there first and scraped away all the meat off the bone. And then the hyenas had got the scraps from the chew marks that we've found on here. So if you want to have a close look at that. What else we've got as well in the exhibition, if you haven't already been in, do go in, it's very well worth a look. We've got on display specific digesters, or partial digesters. Now what the hyenas used to do is they...
Just give it to Lily. No, give it to Lily, Lily. I make a picture.
And they
I'll
start
do
to
a picture. Give all everyone. You and me.
so they get all these little holes in the bones.
Come on, Lily,
And
I'll
then
make a picture.
regurgitate, that stick them.
No, Lily, wait, Lily.
So if you do go into the exhibition, you will see the little bones. They are very interesting to look at. Now what else we've got?
You want this brown wood for Lily as well.
We've got...
Why are you doing this for me? Why being mad? I'll take you
around
anyway.
as well, you can have a good old look at them.
Everyone does it.
Is the remains of rats. We've got very little rat bones here, and also bits of fossilised poo. So this is one for the kids, really. The kids love all that toilet humour. So I'll pass that round, and you can have a good old look in there.
Lily, hold this. I'll make a
So
picture.
they were found when we excavated, as I say, they're in the little block. But as you can see, more of the flowstone here, also known as the miner's sneeze, because the miners get it in their coal mines as well. So it's a very nice nickname there. And there is actually a grill on top of the cliff, which, you know, you can actually get down the hole into this cave. It has to be very small and very skinny and very bendy, but if you tried hard enough, you probably could still get in. So there's some fun knowledge for you there. Right, do you like to...
Так, you need to crawl here a little bit. Off, you're right. I have to crawl here. Come on, go then. You have to crawl here. Come on, go crawl then.
You need to crouch down again.
Come on, crawl.
Keep crouching. That's it. Don't stand up yet. Stand up. Stand up now.
Would you like to have a guess at what those two dead somethings are in the basket down there? What do you think it was? Rats. Right, okay, let's make way onto the top platform again for me.
Where is the terrace? Where's the terrace? Oh yeah, there.
Look down there, what's in the basket?
Robin Hood's cave.
Where exactly he was hiding? We've been on this hole, on which
We think probably on this one, because this was the main central chamber, so probably around this corner where no one could see him.
Thank you. Lovely. Nice? Very nice. Like the cave?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are we going in another cave?
Lily, put it on. It will be much easier.
I'm following you.
Yeah, I can do picture. I don't mind to make my pictures.
If you have, we're going into just the entrance, and also if you have a look at the rock art, if you have show a light on it, it just disappears.
I'm not doing pictures now, I'm doing videos.
Right, so we're going to, as I said, we're going to have a look at the rock art, and one of the things which we need to look at is how it was found. And if we go back many, many years ago, we're talking about 2003. That's when it was discovered. And what you're looking at is Paul Pettit, Paul Barnes and Sergio Ripoll from various different universities. They met during 2003 at Sheffield University. What they were trying to look at is why there was no cave art ever found in Britain, considering there was just such a wealth of excavations being done and so much. It's the only artwork that you'll find in Britain.
He, we know it's a he, had come in here earlier and scratched that on. So, but anyway, let's have a look and see what's left. There's the nose. Engraved. It is very clear what bit you can see.
Right to the very back.
We're in Clumber Park.
It's not like Russia.
What like Russia?
This stuff.
The theatre is not open. Why it's not like Russia? It's more like London we saw there. Ah, maybe it's there. This Robin Hood theatre. Must be normal one. Robin Hood theatre car park. Like, where's the theatre itself? Robin Hood theatre, look here. Everything is closed.
Yes.
Oh, there's something here. Huge attraction, Robin Hood theatre. Different Thunderbolt. It's closed. No one in. June. November. There's nothing here. Oh, careful.
I forgot my hoodie.
It's on this food. It's warm enough, isn't it?
Car.
Oh, Saturday. Oh, this is in August. Tied up to the... No, nothing here.
Huh?
Nothing here.
No?
Not.
Right, let's get back in the car.
You can see green man's face.
What?
Where's the chapter? Pete, where are you going?
Now where's the green man's face?
Look.
Now where's the green man's face?
Ask Daddy. He didn't understand. So where can we see green man's face then? Where's the chapter house? Так, этому сколько лет? Это Southwell. Началось закладываться в каком-то 900 каком-то году. А строиться началось на Лондон. Строиться началось в 12 веке. И тут вот можно найти где-то такое лицо Гринмен. Гринмен это типа нашего лешего. Green Spirit. Ask people if they don't know yourself.
Where's the green man? Mom, where's the green man?
That's what I'm trying to find. Ask Daddy. Because I don't understand this. Visitor center we have got here. Access to South Dock. It's a huge cathedral. Where? What did you say?
The dragon.
Dragon, yeah. I can see the dragon. No, see what Green Man had, I mean.
I'll ask him.
You can
Where's the green man's face?
We want to see the Green Man. We came here to see Green Man. Do you, Lily? That's what really interesting. Do you, Dad? Let's ask the lady.
Where are we?
We are walking here.
Oh,
look,
so are we
oh, what is this? Oh, this is a excursion here. Look what this is.
This is a pilgrim's chapel you can go and visit as well. And you can hold it for services with us people. I was married. This is not I have not found. This is very recent. He represents a new life of the man. Now I don't know if you don't have a look at
The Green Man there. Where's that gone? Faces of Green Man. Look, this is the Green Man. Look, Green Man is a special spirit like Russian Leshy. But I don't know much about Green Man. I need to read about them. If I can find on the internet, Green Man. It's all Green Man. Fonch, what is a mice? You said kids would like mice. Where's the mice?
Mice?
Nottingham.
Nottingham was risky for an outlaw.
No.
Today, it is a vibrant cosmopolitan city. But for Robin Hood, it was home to his arch-enemy, the Sheriff of Nottingham, and dominated by a royal castle, once one of the largest in the country, guarding the Trent Bridge and the major road to the north. Today, only part of the gatehouse remains from this once mighty fortress, and a duke's mansion stands on the spot, housing a museum and art collection. Nearby on Maid Marian Way, you can visit Robin himself at the Tales of Robin Hood, one of the city's many tourist attractions. You can visit Robin himself at the Tales of Robin Hood, one of the city's many tourist attractions. This tour takes you right into enemy territory, the grounds of Nottingham Castle itself. This excerpt from Robin Hood and the Monk shows how dangerous a trip to Nottingham is regarded by the merry men. Then spoke up much the miller's son, and had him wait a while. Take 12 of your sturdy yeomen with weapons by their side. The one who would kill you would not take on those 12.
What do you want
As an
from me?
outlaw, Little John and Much think that Robin will only be safe if he takes a bodyguard.
Castle. You said castle.
Becoming an outlaw was a common occurrence in Robin's time.
Okay,
If you were
done then.
summoned to appear in court and you didn't turn up, a clerk would record that you hadn't appeared, and you were declared an outlaw, placed outside the law.
Try to listen.
There was a price on your head, and anybody could take you dead or alive and claim the reward. It was at the Shire Hall in Nottingham's now fashionable lace market that justice was administered in the Middle Ages. Probably the most important aspect of Robin Hood's character, and historians use this status in the search for the real Robin. Robin Hood and the Monk is one of the 6 surviving medieval tales, written down 300 years after Robin's time at the end of the 15th century. As historians peer back into the centuries before then, they search court records, and they quickly discover that there are many Robin Hoods. Robin Hood is used as a surname, and originates as a nickname given to outlaws by clerks of the court, recording criminals who are fugitives from justice, with the earliest William Robin Hood recorded by a court official in 1261. From this point, it is reasonable to assume there was an original Robin Hood to associate the name with the idea of being an outlaw, and so begin the legend. The prime candidate is recorded as a tenant of the Archbishop of York, an outlaw with the name Robert Hood in 1225, just 10 years after the death of King John, Richard the Lionheart's brother.
Tales of Robin
Across the
Hood,
road from the Galleries of Justice, amongst 18th century factory architecture, and the fine hotels, restaurants and bars of our own time, is the only surviving building mentioned in the medieval stories of Robin Hood, St Mary's Church, scene of a dramatic incident in Robin Hood and the Monk. Robin is recognised while he is praying, and the sheriff is called. Up then rose the proud sheriff, and quickly prepared himself. Many was the mother's son that went with him to the church. In at the doors they pushed their way through, armed with plenty of staves. Alas, favourites. Hockley and the Lace Market are known for vintage fashions and trendy places to eat and drink. The Lace Market is also home to the NCCL Galleries of Justice, where the sheriff would have dished out his law and order.
Really, you right? French pizza?
Just switch it off now.
No, I need it. We're in Nottingham.
Taking the road to Nottingham was risky for an outlaw. Today, it is a vibrant cosmopolitan city. But for Robin Hood, it was home to his arch-enemy, the Sheriff of Nottingham, and dominated by a royal castle, once one of the largest in the country, guarding the Trent Bridge and the major road to the north. Today, only part of the gatehouse remains from this once mighty fortress, and a duke's mansion stands on the spot, housing a museum and art collection. Nearby on Maid Marian Way, you can visit Robin himself.
This looks like old pub here. There was talking something about oldest pub and...
That is the one, I think.
Oh, it's a lot
Trip to Jerusalem, it's called.
A lot of packets here.
Yeah.
Gleb, give Daddy hand then.
No.
Please?
No.
Gleb, please hold Lily, Gleb. Hold Lily, please.
Where we go?
Are you sure it's castle? It's a little bit small for a huge castle. Oh, Nicholas is after your head. Come on, let's go in the castle then. Oh, no, not yet.
Remember your promise to Lily?
Yes, especially now.
Mum, that's brilliant. That's what?
There's theatre here as well. What about the theatre, outdoor theatre?
Take the top off.
Shall we go outdoor theatre first, see what the sign is in the theatre? And then we'll come inside the castle.
I don't think the whole thing now.
Let's go this way, yeah? Gleb, Lily, come on. I'm making photographs near this Robin Hood. Look. Yes, that's theatre there. Yes.
This is a lot better look than Norwich Castle.
Norwich Castle is better?
No, nowhere near as good as this.
No, that's beautiful.
Grounds I'm talking about. What?
Mum, I know how they make that.
Yeah, look, beautiful, yeah. This is what year is that? Robin Hood rifles, ready when wanted. The Robin Hood, shall we read? The theatre. That's Seamus nothing on here. Music body. There's a playground there.
He will plug himself down.
When we're going to this cave, you're not going to this cave, don't you?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm not going.
No, you and Nicholas not going. Lily, what about you? There could be dungeons there, there could be monsters there. Would you like it, Lily? You don't have to go, you can stay with Daddy.
Stay with me, we'll have a run about here.
Or it could be in the...
Over there, look.
We're going playground in a minute. So I think we need to go to get coat.
It's cold all right.
Coat, I said, raincoat. I think I go get one. Well, actually we can go for see the city till 2 o'clock anyway. Let's stay here long. Won't be able to do everything for today.
Down.
Why we go down? We're going to have some drink.
I want to go down.
It's nice here, look, you can see all Nottingham here from the top.
Yes, you can, it's lovely.
Mum, I want to go down. Mum, Mum.
But we don't want to go down. We came up, okay? All of us. You're the one who won't go down. Black Thursday. Like what is this? Oh, it's so windy here. Your picture flew away. Oh, what is she? That's gone, still gone. No, you can't get it anywhere, can you? I don't know, it's probably flying somewhere in Nottingham. I can't even see it. Oh no, but never mind. It's in Nottingham at least. It's in Nottingham.
There it is.
Where?
Right, no, I saw that.
Why are you confusing her? She can be dangerous. She can climb over there.
That's a multi-story car park there, look.
What? Did you know where it was? Yeah.
Lily dropped her piece. The wind took Lily's picture away.
Oh. Never mind, Lily.
Look at me, Gleb.
I'm not doing it.
She'll make a picture. She'll make a nice picture here somewhere. In the view of Nottingham. Do me then. I think the video. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm in here. Stay here near Nottingham.
Whoa.
That's scary, is it? Look at me.
Yeah.
You can't make pictures of me. Okay, Gleb, what are you doing? Okay, make pictures. Come on.
Right, first of all, you're standing in the middle of the old castle keep. That's the strongest part of the castle, the upper keep. So imagine Great Hall all the way around here. That's the strongest part of the castle.
was the wall here.
Swept away by the Duke of Newcastle because he demolished all that, what was left of it, levelled the ground down by some 30 feet and put this great big house on it. This house was built for entertainment purpose only. It's a townhouse, a 2-bedroom property. And if you look around it, it's been modified during the Victorian period because we've actually got 2 floors back there. We should have 3 floors. So the ghost windows on the top tell you where the other floor should be. That's where the art gallery is. And the way in is not through that doorway at all. You've just about the servants' entrance. Sorry about that. The real entrance is that window right above. There you see the doorway? That's a portico doorway. So you've got a staircase on each side, where the colonnade, that way, and that's the way you would have gone. That's where the gentry would have gone through. On the other side of the building, exactly the same mirror image. With a big window that would have been a door. And again, the royal apartments at one end, ducal apartments at the other, proper high-class entertainment. And it's the first Italian 8-style building in the entire country. And all because the Duke was on the losing side in English war. To exile. It's very windy up here, by the way.
Byron, кидай вариант. Byron. Then him. He was only 36. Yeah. Really? Come on. Byron, he's a poet. English poet. I don't know nothing about it. I know how Pushkin died. Pushkin? It's a Russian poet.
How did he die? How old was he?
It was a stupid thing called a duel.
What?
When 2 people trying to kill each other because they arguing for some reason. The duel, where they shoot at each other. One survives, one will be dead. It's absolutely horrible.
Quite a sizable party, so it's not very easy to talk to in one place. As you go down, you can have a look in on the left if you like.
Oh, look, going down, look.
So you're walking over the top of the roof at the minute, because the tarmac drive goes
We're on the roof now.
Right, we're going to make a right turn, and we'll take you down to the old cellar system via a flight of stairs. Just bear in mind that it is stairs, so watch where you put your feet, use the banisters. Would you like to follow me down? I'm going first to scare the rats away.
So you go ahead, you go ahead. You can't see anything here.
I'll go down to the next level, you can catch me down.
I'll go next level.
Oh, cool. Now we're going really down.
Come and go down and hardly can see anything here. Come, go careful. You may look at me, Gleb. Go, come, look. Go down. That's where the cave was. Wow. Oh, too dark here.
Ghost, yes, where the ghosts are. I'll tell you about the ghosts in a second. Caught everybody by surprise.
You can sit down here. Sit down then. Look, there's another cave. I can't see anything here. Oh, poor Gleb.
There you go.
Oh, that's it for my son. Yeah, I got you already.
You might put back next day. Yeah. You're not left in there overnight. I've been told to tell you about the ghost. Down in yonder cave down there, we had a little session with mediums that came in.
Come on.
8 of them came in, and they spread throughout the building. They were here till about midnight, something like that. I was on duty that time. And they were walking around the building, sensing for cold spots. You know how they do? Sitting there staring at a wall for... Oh, hey. And of course, down here, they set up some recording machinery. And then when they analysed it later, they actually recorded voices. Old English. So they came back again a few months later, en masse, and 8 of them came back, and they stayed down there all night. 2 of our people had to stay with them. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, that doorway I told you about, that would have led through, which is now completely blocked, there's no way in it, they sat there chatting away at 2 o'clock with the usual thing, sensing and going on, and murmurs and things. A whole shower of stones came out the wall at them. Just showered them with stones.
And it's solid?
Absolutely solid, yes. Our people were completely surprised. They couldn't work out where it came from. They were due to stay till 4 o'clock, but they actually left at 2. So that's one of our strange goings on at the minute. We've got
down there.
This door you can stay over here. We've got to go a flight of stairs that takes you down.
Let's get here to be at night.
Through the cellar system, which the night staff have to patrol at night.
Yeah.
And one of our guys came down the early hours, came down the main steps, and as he's walking down the steps, he's aware that somebody It's following you. And he goes round the corner, and you duck round the corner dead sharp.
The lilies? About what? Oh look, it's a wedding, look.
About what, Mum?
There's a wedding, look.
Mum, about what?
A dog who appeared in the church.
Yes, just a dog.
Well, it was a big dog. Now, I'll tell you this,
How big is it?
I don't know. I don't know, this man was asking.
Is it a killer?
Yeah, probably.
No engine noise and nothing. And it just
Yeah, that's why we've been with Daddy.
somebody you can't
There were ladies in the schools around like registered soldiers. In the early days of the museum. So you think this is called the ravine. That's part of the old...
Careful. 20p. Like, dear, please, hold on tight. Oh, where are we going now? We're going somewhere else, another cave. There's a cave here.
Canal across there.
No.
Nice along there. Lovely. Walk all the way along to see all the barges.
Why is it nice?
It's nice. It's nice to walk along to see all the barges.
Come on, go ahead then.
Okay, I'm right. Where's your not?
Just we're going down. Oh, look, we're going even further down.
I would like to...
place which is open, and then they creep into the grounds. We have to go out there. Last year we had 2 vixens and 8 cubs trooping up down here. Yeah, and you can see where they've been digging holes and making little burrows to rest for the night. Now this bit you're standing in, this is 1642, because we can date this bit accurately. It was put in during the English Civil War, so when Charles I came to Nottingham and demanded that Nottingham supported him, he had a big speech out and everything he did. Nottingham people supported Parliament, not royalty. But he knew this place was a bit of a ruin. It's 140 years since the royals lived here. The gates were off the hinges, the walls were down, you could just ride straight in, no bother at all. So when he was turned down by Nottingham people, all he did was simply leave Nottingham by the Trent Bridge, head out to Shrewsbury, gather his army and expect... If you look right up there, you can actually see the true entrance. Daylight round the corner, of course, that black grill actually opens the elements and we're going to get the sunshine.
There's 4 footsteps here. No, don't give them your pocket, but hold on tight. But look at this 4 footsteps. That's scary. Come on, go ahead.
That one came out, it's about that big, and it fell straight on my head. Yeah. Well, I took it home and I gave it to one of our artist people, and he painted a dinosaur's face on it. It sits by my fireplace. I thought they'd waited all those millions of years to jump out and bounce on my head. I bet it's very adopted. And it's still there. That's a big one. Oh, very good. Oh, yeah. I remember the glory days of the 1970s and 1940s in the Portland Coast. Has everybody got their photograph in the I looked at teeth. Holes like the one you can see at the back going all down the outside. That's where your bird is flying. And they're semi-wild actually, they're not really tamed. What happens is, of course, they harvest the eggs at certain times of the year. Around Christmas, they've got another little bonanza as well. They can harvest the birds because they're quite good eating. Now also, you can explain why the royals like coming here at Christmas time. You always have to time... Everybody wears different shoes. 20 odd years ago, ladies used to come down here with stilettos. And what we used to do is, instead of a normal position, you bring the concrete curry with them like this. And you set the shoes off, go down there. Come on! Go, nothing of it! On one of my parties though, one lady got pots dropping between her toes. Oh!
That's how they lived before.
Mum, why are we in?
Museum. It's part of the tour. Come on.
The museum is part of the tour.
Right down on. Oh, look, this is a kitchen. Look. Old-fashioned kitchen. Glad. What's that? Yeah, that has a shoe. Shoes more or less modern. Look, I remember the scale. I remember the scale very well. In Russia, this way in Russia we're still using them. The scale. Very good scale.
Give me your camera. I want to see how much that weighs. Come on.
Hold it like this. No, I can't give you the camera.
Yes, you have to.
Oh, no. Okay, right. Okay, now. What's this? Oh, look how they did iron. Look at that. I remember when I was a little kid, we have iron like this. Iron
Well,
like
that
this.
is, you lived in the old days.
Well, not as old.
Quite old. You didn't even have a PlayStation 2.
No, not in my childhood, no. We have television, telephone. Look at this here. Oh, the bicycle.
That's the most worst bicycle I've ever seen.
The old Gleb. Look, this. They're doing some fruits there.
I'll never ride that piece of rubbish.
Look how people dress. Look. Here's babies there. I can't understand where they're from.
Mom, I think they're Australian.
Australian? No, Australians don't dress like that.
Okay, wait, what else is there?
Wait, the castle. Can't understand where. Oh, this is all Jerusalem.
Portuguese.
All the trip of Jerusalem.
Portuguese.
How this one is? This is where Jerusalem Pub, is it?
I think Portuguese.
And the 18 welcome until PM. This is old Jerusalem Pub. This one is old pub, look. This is brilliant. Oh, look at this. This is the oldest pub. This is a very old pub where King Flying Hart was drinking. Look, this is a lovely pub here.
It's not a real pub.
Look how lovely it is.
It's not a working pub.
Yeah, I know. Look, go up now.
No, it's a pub restaurant.
You're welcome before 7 o'clock.
No, it's a pub restaurant.
Oh, yeah. You can go on the top somewhere. Restaurant, the pub. Oh, at least we see this pub. Nah. You want to go to the street, no? Look at this lovely pub. King's Lion Flat Pub, look. Smoking area, huh? Smoking area outside. That's nice here. It's a beautiful pub. All this in England. All this in England. Jerusalem Main, look. 1189 год. Look. That's what it is. Look, Gleb, shall I make you a picture here? Stay with here for me, please. All this pub in England here. 30 Jerusalem. 1189 год. All the pub in Britain. Still castle with this. Nottingham. So you like Nottingham, Gleb?
How did we get here?
Well, we came from different sides, I suppose. Oh, look, this is this cave where we've been. Look, stand near this cave for me, please, on here, look. On the top of there, on this corner. About this rock, which castle on this rock. It's history about this rock. Listen, about 500,000 years ago, when our ancestors were making crude hand axe from the pieces of flint, the Trent river flowed south of Nottingham across the wave of the Belvoir towards the Wash. When their climate turned cold and ice age began, for the next 50,000 years, Britain was buried beneath the ice cap, perhaps a kilometer thick, like the Greenland in present time. Oh yeah, very clever, Gleb. When the climate warmed up, the ice began to melt. Melt waters flooded along the old Trent Valley in the raging torrent. But the large patch of ice lingered in the well of Belvoir and blocked their way. So they turned towards the northeast and carved a deep trench in the solid rock between Nottingham and Newark. Steep cliffs over 30 meters high stood on the other side. Castle Rock is the remains of one of those. It is made as grassy, peggy rock called the Sherwood sandstone. See? This rock called Sherwood sandstone. For more than 400,000 years, Castle Rock was stood guard over the Valley of Trent. Mammon, bisons and woolly rhinoceros has lumbered past its foot. Look, all mammons, rhinoceros been here long time ago, see? In a warmer time, elephant and hippopotamus has wallowed in pools by the river. Stone Age people arrived and eventually Nottingham was born. But the rock wall has an even older story to tell. Imprinted into the sandstone itself, its record is a still more ancient landscape dating back millions of years before the dawn of man. Imagine yourself standing on the vast of desolate sandy plain by the banks of the anonymous river. The baking sun beats down from the cloud sky. Here and there, small trees struggle to survive, and few small reptiles about. Where are you? An Nile Valley? Or an Australian desert? Neither. It is 240 million years ago, and you are standing there. Rock Castle will one day be. Right. Let's give for me where this kid sitting. Just go around here. I think I know this. This is the pub which your dad called oldest pub. It wasn't oldest pub. Oldest pub was this one. Lion's Heart. Well, at least we saw the castle. Oh, look at this lovely little house, Lady Rebek, look. Rebek. Oh, Gleb, come on.
It's not going to be old.
Little house there and there. I just can't. Come on, Gleb. I will stay here forever. Look, there's something interesting here as well. Look, there's Robin Hood, Gleb. This is Robin Hood's place. Robin Hood, it's all about him. Yeah, okay, stay like this. Oh, Gleb. What do you think you are, Gleb? Still
Should be
medieval outlaw hero right beside the Nottingham Castle. It's our Robin Hood. And Nottingham Castle, the home of his legendary enemy of Sheriff of Nottingham. Once again, Robin Hood has a last laugh. Robin Hood, who is poor, robs the rich, fed the poor, whose favorite particles were tricking the sheriff and poaching the king's deer. Ладно, come on, let's do it to Daddy. Robin does that. Oh, look, there's a foreign language. Robin Hood, Robin. I wonder if they put in Russian. That's probably French, I don't know. It's foreign. And this is German.
And was haben
Robin Hood. Come on, let's go then. Huh?
I'm trying to read French.
Okay, can you?
It's too late now.
What about this one here? Oh, there's even...
Can we go now?
Early Nottingham. King John, look, this evil... Look what he is. He's like a pig. A dog. St. Mary Church was man founded before Norman conquest. More the predicability still there. Ладно, come on, no Nottingham. Class Robin Hood statue stands. How old is it? Maybe. Germany. Was first settled by Nottingham, invaders from North Germany in 16th century AD. Later became the Viking fortress. William the Conqueror. Ладно. А вон это самое. Ладно. Черный.
Look at all the men of them.
Yeah.
And kids.
They had been threshing of corn.
Вот.
The stranger gave Robin a crack on the crown, which caused the blood to appear. Then Robin, enraged, more fiercely engaged, and followed his blows more severe. So thick and so fast did he lay it on him, with a passionate fury and ire. At every stroke he made him to smoke, as if he had been all on fire. Oh, then in a fury the stranger he grew, and gave him a damnable look, and with it a blow which laid him full low, and tumbled him into the brook. It ends with Robin inviting this huge man to join his band. From that moment, Little John is his most loyal friend in the town. This ballad was written in the 17th century, and it is not known where it's supposed to take place. In the medieval tales, we do not learn how Robin Hood is outlawed, and he already...
This is Fifth Forest, Robin Hood Forest. Где он встретил этого?
English is there.
The story begin. One story begin. Robin Hood comes to Long Bridge. So what? Come on, man. Come on, Peter. That's nice bridge. Nice wood here. I like this bridge. That's why he met who he met on the bridge, tak? It happened to meet on a long narrow bridge, and neither of them would give way. Were both Robin Hood and stood.
For 6 centuries, tales of Robin Hood have enthralled generations.
Listen.
But history has left no eyewitness accounts of the real man. So, did he exist? We know Robin Hood was used as a nickname for criminals. The earliest to begin.
No, в чем дело?
I didn't charge it enough.
You turned it the other way. You turned it the other way.
Oh.
Why you call him fool? What
call him fool?
Yeah, was about. Just trying at least. No, let it go like this. You couldn't do it at all. He did something. Look at it, left like this. White Trail.
Fountain Dale is the place where Robin Hood first met Friar Tuck, who became
Friar
one of the most popular characters in the modern legend.
Friar Tuck.
One of the surviving medieval tales, the ballad Friar Tuck is now forever linked with the Merry Men. But even though there has been a friar in the band since medieval times, it's a century for him to become the most
Give to Daddy if you don't want to wear this.
He first appears in the tale of Robin meeting the Curtal Friar.
Так, вот он, Сиксвуд, Робин Худвуд. Сейчас мы идем к месту, на мосту, где он встретился с Фрай Так. Еще здесь грибы, что грибов нет нигде. Никаких. Сдача. Наконец-то мы хоть до леса добрались. Сегодня были в Ноутингем. Так столько времени провели. Никола, что мы блаженный, что? Что мое блаженство маленькое? Come on, Nicholas, come on. way. Oh, what you done with your balloon? You found one, you lost one as well.
Yeah, can you do that?
Aye, yeah.
Hello.
Hello then. Oh, good, it happened.
Right, there's Fountaindale.
Huh?
That is Fountaindale.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
It's just a school there now, there's nothing else there to see.
Don't worry, they'll get it for you.
You're the same man we met in the car park?
Yeah.
Oh, so you
Like I
again.
say, I know every inch of these woods, I know how to get from up.
You mean this way now, yeah?
If you go straight on, you get back onto the A60, the road. If
Are
you
we
turn
going
that
here?
way, then right at the top of there's a picnic area.
Where's the car park then? Car park is this way?
Oh, car park's about a mile and a half that way now.
Oh, look, the grab hero he got for you. So that we can come to the car park this way then?
It's a long way round. Yes, you can get there.
Oh, thank you.
Well, do you want to go back to the car park?
No, we'll go here first, yeah.
Right, well, if you go that way, and then that footpath there, there's a picnic area. But kids have a little run around and play on. And then there's, turn to the, as you sit down at the picnic tables, look through the trees, and then you then footpath there will take you back to the car park. You're a long way out up there then.
This is where the picnic area, that's what it is, the Dales,
It's up there. Have you got your map? Will it be on there?
No, I don't have this map, no. Not this one, no. I have only the small one, which I showed.
Oh.
But we'll find, it's okay. We'll just go to this path, yeah, till we see picnic area.
The trouble is, there are a lot of footpaths there, and you can get lost if you're not careful.
Yeah?
I think let's go back the way we came.
No, let's go here first.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nicholas, oi!
Mama got Lily's balloon back.
Oh, you're hero. You're really Lily's hero. You should be very grateful for you. Come on.
All she does is laugh at me.
Why? Should be
Because I
grateful.
made myself dirty. All she does is laugh at me.
Well, this kid don't help you anymore.
The sun,
Yeah.
and then you then footpaths there will take you back to the car park.
Right.
But you're about 2 miles away up there from the car park.
Yeah.
She was it.
You got a 2 mile walk there.
Lily, I'll never help you again. Why? Because you never see things.
Couple half a mile.
Yeah.
Picnic table.
Yeah. Come on, Nick.
Nicholas, oi!
But that one there is back out on Notinghamshire.
Yeah.
Back.
And that's all the way to there. Picnic tables are up there. And from there on, you can space out the old.
And I even made my t-shirt dirty after going all through that.
Lil, don't you think you should be grateful to Gleb? Lily, don't you think you should at least say thank you?
She did, but she wasn't very happy to me. She was making a sad face.
Oh, look, there you go.
No, she was making an angry face at me.
Well, she didn't mean it. Of course she's grateful. She's very happy.
And she's also laughing at me.
Lily, why you was laughing? Aye, Nick.
Mummy, you understand what you're saying. Do that sit down thing again.
Well, I haven't got crappy. I don't think he will do it without crappy.
No, he will.
Well, sure, try him then.
Yeah.
The next high ground you come through that will be the Ural Mountains in Russia.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Oh.
Mum, how do you do the down thing?
Так, это вот Fountaindale, там, где Робин Гуд встретил этого Фрая. Так. Потом здесь была школа, а сейчас ее снесли, сейчас ничего уже вон там. Тут же закрыт, туда не проникнешь никак. Тут была школа. Сейчас погуляем по лесу. So why are we going there then? What I'm saying, I can't understand what you're doing. You're rushing like a psycho, and I don't even know where. This Mountaindale, look. We have a lot of places to see yet, you know.
Let's go back to the car.
Okay.
No point going this way, is there? No point going anyway.
Even this is the Dales, yeah? Fountaindale. You can't come inside the wood, or you can? From. What about if you go in the... Wait a second.
Paul went away.
I think you can go, if you go around, you can come inside there, can you? Just wait a second, before you're rushing like a psycho. Let me to think at least. You went as far as that. I offer you, let's go this way around this fence. No, there's something definitely there, look. I can see it from here.
All right, lead the way. Lead the way.
Yes, I do. If you will...
Lead the way, then stop.
Gleb, come on, Gleb, go this way.
Lead the way. Go on.
Stop talking, like drunk.
Come on, hurry up.
Вот останки этой школы видны. Там закрыто, сейчас там уже ничего нет. Look, Edwin Stone. Made Marian have beautiful. Yeah, I'm sure we'll go this way. You can ask this old lady, she'll tell you.
Hang on, McCullough.
Daddy Longlegs.
Where's the Daddy Longlegs? There's another oak tree, look. There's so much old oak trees.
Where's the Daddy Longlegs gone, Mum?
Huh?
Where's the Daddy Longlegs gone? Where's the legs? Daddy Longlegs gone. Daddy Longlegs. Daddy Longlegs.
Don't waste the battery, Gleb, please. I haven't got much. I can't see that here anywhere. Can you see that anywhere here?
Oh, look at all the hands.
It looks like we have to go back now. By different way, this way then now.
Mum, let's not waste our time looking for them.
Yeah, but sure, what will you do? In this case, we need to go to station. Okay, stay here with Nicholas for me, please. Really, stay. I'll just see if... We've already been here then once. Character. Yeah? Hey, where's the tickets? Where did I put the tickets, huh? There's outlaw, look. Are you outlaw, Gleb? Come on.
I don't even know what that means.
Outlaw, it means criminal.
Yeah, I'm a criminal.
Oh yeah. Look, this silly dad is coming. What he's doing? Where are you going? Huh?
Mum, I couldn't go. I'd be upset.
Ah, yeah.
I'd be upset.
Look, we're going to station now. Come on, Precious. Come on, Lily.
Are we still allowed to sit down?
I don't know, darling.
Isn't everybody Sir Monk? Don't talk to him. He used to be a chipmunk, but now he's a fish fryer. Oh, I'm working so hard and it's all hitting the floor like a suet pudding. Right, good people, I am Robert of Wentbridge. Welcome to the Royal Forest of Sherwood. I take you back to the year 1248, when England was a land occupied. In 1066, William the Conqueror, that's one of the names he was known by, came across from Normandy with his armies and fought, defeated and killed the last Saxon king of England, King Harold II, at the Battle of Hastings. Now with William came his barons and his earls, and to thank them for the help that they gave him in the campaign, he gave them large areas of Saxon land, land that was not his to give. Not only did he give the land, but he also gave the people who lived on the land, and these poor Saxons became virtual slaves to their Norman masters. Now something else that William brought, that I think was more terrible, was something called the Norman Laws. And one of these laws was a law called the Forest Laws. They meant an area like Sherwood Forest, which was in 100,000 acres. It stretched to Yorkshire in the north and Nottingham in the west, was the king's personal playground. All of the animals, the game that roamed this land, be it deer, be it wild boar, be it swan, be it hare, be it pheasant, be it rabbit, was the king's only to kill. The people who lived on the land could be starving, but they were not allowed to kill the royal game. Also, the wood from the trees that people needed to build their houses and cook their food could not be taken without royal permission. Now, to make sure the laws were kept, the king appointed a warden. He was a local landowner, and he in turn appointed foresters and rangers. They were the forest police. They made sure the laws were kept at grassroots level. And if they caught a poor Saxon like me wandering the land with a longbow, they assumed, in my case correctly, that I was poaching. Now, if they were in a good mood that day, all they would do is chop the fingers off my right hand, so I could no longer draw a bow. But if they were feeling unpleasant, they could blind me or hang me. That's the original suspended sentence. Did it work? No, it didn't. Now, it's into this world that Robin Hood was born. Now, considering he's one of the best-known characters of English history, no one's exactly sure what century he was born in. Some say the 1000s, some the 1100s, some the 1200s, some the 1300s. In fact, I've got a book at home that said he was born in the 1500s, and the king he fell out with was Henry VIII. I don't think so. To fit the legend, he has to be born about 1172 and die in 1247. Now, also, no one's sure what county he comes from. Nottinghamshire claims him. Well, we would. Yorkshire claims him. Thank you. Lincolnshire claims him. Leicestershire claims him. Derbyshire claims him. Staffordshire claims him. Warwickshire claims him. Even Scotland claims him. Wee Rabbi McHood, I can't somehow see it. Now, I'm a good local lad. I've lived here all my life, and it pains me to say it. Yes, Robin Hood was a Yorkshireman. Robert of Locksley. Now, Locksley's a little place near Sheffield, but Sheffield wasn't there then. But at least Robin had the good sense to come here into the Royal Forest of Sherwood in Nottinghamshire to do all his great deeds of daring. So, good people, on this lovely day, I hope you will walk with me through the Royal Forest of Sherwood in the footsteps of Robin Hood. Clap if you like, you won't be at the finish.
Clap, really, clap now. Oh, look. Oh, look at this big creepy. Look. Nice walk here, look.
But look at that big tree.
Oh, yeah, see? Well, stay in there and make your pictures.
No.
Why? Oh, look at this beautiful tree. It's all Robin Hood trees. Oh, be careful, this dog. It's probably Robin Hood's dog made poo here.
What?
Robin Hood's dog did poo here.
Robin Hood's dog?
Yeah, probably. Oh, look, that's lovely walk here. I like the theatre in open air.
Robin Hood.
You think so? Look at the beautiful trees here. Not surprised that Robin Hood liked all that.
What?
Robin Hood liked trees very much. He liked wood, forest.
He likes green. Green is the only colour Robin Hood likes.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it's only or not only. I know that it was his favorite colour.
Oh.
He liked gribby as well. Fungus. Stay near this tree. Look at this beautiful tree. This one's probably older than Robin Hood. But I can't make you make a picture. I'll do a picture of you. Okay, we will do together with you a picture of Glebek. Look, I'll show you. Sit here. Just sit on the ground.
He's only a local lad.
It's okay. Now sit on the ground as well with Lily if you like.
Honestly, you come to this place long enough, you get pressed into service. You really do. Is that all, brother? Fine. Right, good people. The first story I'm going to tell you is called Robin Hood and the Tanner. Now, a tanner was a man whose job was turning animal skins into leather, because leather was the most important commodity back in medieval times. Many things were made out of it. Now, it's an ancient story. I don't make any of these stories up. These are all genuinely old ones. Sometimes in the story he's called the Tanner of Blythe. Sometimes he's called the Tanner of Nottingham. The Tanner of Nottingham is the correct title, because back in he couldn't afford a horse, so he had to go on foot. And his journey took him through the forest of Sherwood. Now, for a weapon, he carried one of these things. This is called a quarterstaff. It's made of ash. And in the hands of a man that can use it, it's a very, very vicious weapon indeed. Now, this particular morning, Robin Hood had woken up in outlaw camp and decided to go out alone in search of adventure. So he took with him his bow, his arrows, his sword, his dagger, and his quarterstaff. And he was walking on a path like this as Arthur was walking up. And when Robin saw him, he thought, adventure. When they got level, Robin turned to Arthur and said, "Ho, young man, what is your business here in Sherwood Forest?" Now, Arthur didn't like this. He said, "I'm a tanner from Nottingham. My business is my own affair. Get out my way or I'll tan your hide." And Robin said, "You're insolent, young man." Well, to start the battle, Robin swung at Arthur's head. Arthur parried the blow. Arthur swung at Robin's legs. Robin parried the blow. Each man was equally well matched. They gave a blow and took another in its place. The battle raged on for over an hour. The ground under their feet was churned to mud with the fierceness of their fighting. And after the hour, each man was battered and bruised. And Robin turned to Arthur and said, "Hold." He said, "You're a brave man. bit obvious really, there was no one else there, said to us, Arthur, and they went towards him to take revenge. And Robin said, no, you will not hurt this man, for he is a great fighter. And turning to Arthur, he said, will you join my band? I will give you 40 gold pounds a year. That was a lot of money. I'll give you 3 suits of Lincoln green and all the venison you can eat. And Arthur said, aye, I will, for I am sick of my foul-smelling hides and my evil bats. I'll put my hand in yours and be your man. And that's the story how Arthur of Bland, the tanner of Nottingham, joined the band of Robin Hood. And that's about the quality of my act. Good people, onward! Thank you, thank you. Thank you for that burst of sympathy. Devoted his life to the service of the Virgin Mary, who, as you probably know, was the mother of Jesus Christ. The ordinary monks and nuns and priests Robin loved. The people he didn't like, however, were the bishops and the abbots, because some of these people were not as holy as they should have been. When the conqueror came over and gave large amounts of land to his followers, and one of these followers died, it was the eldest son who inherited the land, the title and the money. The younger sons, you'd now become related, had nothing to look forward to. So many of them were put into the church, because in those days the church was immensely wealthy and politically powerful. It had lots of land, it had lots of treasure, it had palaces, it had the right to put on fairs and markets, and anyone who could become a bishop or an abbot could live as well as any prince. Now the abbot of St Mary's was typical of these Norman churchmen. He was greedy, he was grasping. Anybody who worked for him worked long hours for small pay. Anybody who rented land from him got a small amount of land for a huge amount of rent. And, against his holy orders, he used to love to come into the forest of Sherwood to hunt. And whenever he did, Robin Hood robbed him. And after a while he got rather sick of it and said, right, I'm going to go into Nottingham and I'm going to pay the sheriff 450 gold pounds to take his soldiers into the forest and rid me of this pest once and for all. He thought, however, the problem is, I've got to get the money from my abbey into Nottingham. He thought, if I go on the main roads with all my followers, I'll only get robbed. He thought, I'll be a bit clever. I will go through the back roads of the forest, riding upon a mule, and I will take with me but 2 monks. That way we'll escape detection. So he called in 2 monks that were almost as evil as he was, men he knew he could trust, took his bag of money, divided it into 2, and said, hide that under your gowns. So they went out, got on their mules, and started to leave the forest. In fact, they'd almost got out the forest, and were congratulating themselves on their cleverness, when through the trees came the outlaws and got hold of the bridles of the mules. Now the abbot was certainly no coward. He said, you will unhand us, for we are holy men of the church. And Robin stepped forward and said, then the church is most unfortunate, having 3 such evil people as you as members of it. Little John, get them off their mules, and if they argue, cuff their ears. Well, the 2 monks were dragged off the mules, and Little John turned to Robin and said, I hear a very healthy chink of money coming from under their gowns. And Robin said, search them. And the 2 bags of gold were quickly found. And the abbot, thinking just as quickly, said, you will not take this money, for this money is to ransom our good King Richard, who's being held captive by Leopold of Austria. And Robin said, you're a fat liar. Because only this morning one of my men heard you say that this money is to pay to the sheriff to hunt us down. Let's see how you value me and my good men. Little John, take off your hat, because that was the only thing big enough to count the money into. So as the money was being counted into Little John's hat, the 2 monks were standing trembling, and the abbot was calling down all the fires of hell on the heads of the outlaws. And when the money was counted, it was found to be £450. And Robin turned to the abbot and said, you see, Robin couldn't see very well, and said, my lord, this money will be used for the purpose you told me it would be used for. It will go to the ransom of King Richard, who, when he gets back, will expel evil men like you from the church. Now get on your mules, get out the forest, and leave the road clear for decent people. The 2 monks were delighted. They'd escaped with their lives, and the abbot went away muttering about the loss of his money. And 2 days later, the king's tax collector in York, who was raising the ransom for King Richard, received 2 bags of gold and a note. And, good people, I have here, in my pouch, held together with genuine sellotape, a copy of that very note. But unfortunately, I can't read. So somebody is going to have to read that note for me. I'll belt that one out.
His tax of £450 collected in the forest of Sherwood by me, Robin Hood, is hereby paid towards the ransom for our good King Richard, whom God preserve, and it is delivered by order of me, Robin Hood, to be used for this purpose and no other.
A round of applause for the young lady! I've often wondered what that note actually said. So there, good people, is the story of how Robin Hood robbed the Abbot of St Mary's. Now, once again, I say to you, I've not made these stories up. These are all genuinely old stories that go back centuries. Good folk, onward. These good people they are friends of Robin and the outlaws.
And welcome to Sherwood, one and all. And you'll be in with Robert. Show you safe passage from this point on.
Will you guide us to the camp?
Well, so wish.
They can be trusted. Really? They really can. I'm not quite sure about that one, but the rest of them
yeah, it looks a little sheriffy to me.
He looks like a man who may have money that we can remove from him.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Then yes, I'll walk with you, if that's okay.
Oh, look what we get to see Robin Hood. Come, go ahead, look how fast. Now it's Robin Hood with us, look. He joined us.
Wait. Lauren.
It's real Robin Hood. My silly dad is coming. Where is it? What are you doing here? Come on, let's go with us then. It's Robin Hood. Look.
Everybody's sitting up, everybody is.
Otherwise you get lost again.
Grief. You say boo, not We'll try again. Sir Guy. Oh, Gisborne. That'll do. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Now, when Robin Hood came into Sherwood Forest as an outlaw, he came at the very end of the year with but 9 followers. Now, in those days, when winter came, nobody went anywhere. The reason for that was because of the roads. We complain about the roads today, but then they were so much worse. They were just mud tracks. So when, in the summer, when they baked hard, there was no problem. But in the winter, when the rain came, they became a sea of mud. You went out on a cart, it sank in up to its axle. You went out on foot, you sank in up to your knees. The people tended to stay where they were. Well, before the rains came, the Prior of Newark, another churchman, was passing through Sherwood, and Robin robbed him of £50. Then the rains came, he was stuck. In fact, he was stuck until the spring, when the roads hardened up. And Robin thought to himself, I wish to go into Nottingham, but I shall go in disguise. So he came down to a road like this, he put half his outlaws on one side, half on the other side, and he waited in the middle for the first passer-by. Well, the first person to come was a potter from Mansfield, who was going to Nottingham to sell his pots. He got a rickety old cart, a tired old horse, and as he came towards Robin, Robin shouted, "Halt!" And the potter, in an early attack of road rage, said, "Will you get out of the way, please, or I'll drive over you," or something rather like that. And Robin said, "I wouldn't do that," and he beckoned. And out to the trees came the outlaws, with swords in their hands and arrows in their bows. And the potter took one look at them, went very pale, and said, "I'm going to be murdered, or worse, I'm going to be robbed." You see, he came from Mansfield, where money is marginally more important than life. And Robin said, "No honest man has ever prepared for me. Where are you going?" And the potter said, "Sell my pot." And Robin thought for a moment and said, "I have a mind to be a potter for a day. How much do you expect to get for your pot?" Well, the potter did a quick calculation, added a few pence on because he wasn't stupid, and told Robin the price. Robin said, "I'll give you that, but also..." So he got down, changed clothes with Robin, got on the cart, and Robin got onto the cart and rode into Nottingham. Now, in the middle of Nottingham, then as now, there is a great marketplace. But that one didn't cost 7 million quid to refurbish, and ours had just done. And over to one side was a big house where lived the Sheriff of Nottingham. And the area in front of the house was called the Sheriff's Gate. And that is where the potters sold their pots. So Robin got down, put up his stall and started selling pots. Now, he didn't know what a pot was worth. A pot that was 5 pence he sold for 3. A pot that was 3 pence he sold for 1. So very soon word got out about the fantastic bargains that we had, and he sold his entire stock, except 5 of the best pieces. These he kept back. He put them into a basket, he went to the door of the sheriff's house and knocked upon it. And a serving wench came to the door and said, "Who are you?" And Robin said, "I'm a potter from Mansfield, and I have traded right well in your market this day. I would like your mistress to have these few poor pots as a gift." He handed over the basket, the door was closed, he went back to the cart. 5 minutes later, the serving wench came out and said, "My mistress is most pleased with those pots and asked if she'll take meat with us." And Robin said, aye, providing his ale as well, for calling pots is thirsty work. She took Robin into the house. In the middle of the house was a great hall, and in the middle of the hall a great oak table, and in the middle of the table a great cellar of salt, because salt was a very important part of your diet then. Now you could tell the rank of somebody by where they sat in relation to the salt. The rich people, the guests and the house owner at the top of the table above the salt. The poorer people and the servants at the bottom of the table below the salt. So that since Robin was a guest, he sat at the top of the table, and as he ate his food and drank his ale, he listened. Because at the top of the table was the Sheriff of Nottingham and his evil henchman, Sir Guy of Gisborne. And the Sheriff turned to Sir Guy of Gisborne and said to him, Sir Guy of Gisborne, I love that bit. Next week you will take our soldiers into Sherwood Forest and you will hunt down an evil outlaw called Robin Hood, who this day has been called outlaw or wolf sent to the town of Nottingham, who last year robbed the poor Prior of Newark of all he had, and he had within 50 outlaws. Robin thought there was 10 of us. The story has grown a little in the telling. However, when Master Gisborne arrives in Sherwood, there'll be a right royal reception waiting for him. So Robin finished his meat, went to the top of the table and said to the Sheriff, My lord, I thank you for your food. And the Sheriff said, Who are you, varlet? And Robin said, I'm the potter from Mansfield. Ah, said the Sheriff, right, please with my wife for those pots you've given us. Where are you going now? And Robin said, I'm going back to Mansfield to make more pots, for I've sold all that I have. And the Sheriff said, if you go through Sherwood Forest, beware of a terrible outlaw called Robin Hood, who will take from you all that you have. And if next time you come, you can give me any information about him, I'll give you a silver penny. And Robin said, right, well, I'd like to earn your penny, my lord, but I'm a man of peace. I know nothing of this outlaw. So Robin went out, got onto his cart, rode back into Sherwood, found his outlaws and the potter, gave him back his clothes and his horse and his cart, and told him he could keep the £2 as well, because of the wonderful information he received. And the next week when Sir Guy of Gisborne arrived in Sherwood Forest, Robin Hood was waiting for him. But that, good people, is another story entirely. So folks, onwards!
The oak tree, Robin Hood's place. Now we listen to the story. This is where Gleb was doing. It was more archery here.
Robin Hood.
It was more fun here. Come on, stay here. Look.
One old tree. A wild outlaw standing near it. Tried to burn it down, but fortunately nobody has managed it just yet. Right, good folk, well we've now got to the end of the walk. I sincerely hope that you've all enjoyed it. I will take a bow and say my name is Robert of Wentbridge, and sometimes I get applauded but usually not. And I will once again hand you over to somebody who wishes to be known as Peter the Smith, though we may not be.
Come on, good
people, follow that outlaw.
Please, if you come round to the front here, where you can get a better view of the tree.
That would be
If you would follow the Lady Rachel, that would be superb.
Very well.
Thank you. Robin Hood.
Thank you. Oh, finish or? Nice. Stay here with this woman. Can I just look, look, it will be performance here, look. Near this oak tree, look. Stand look.
Marvellous, marvellous. Hearing about the legends of the forest and the outlaws,
Come here, stay here, Lily.
Robert said, I, Peter Smith, formerly blacksmith.
Okay, you can see better here, Gleb. Come here, move.
I followed my master Robin over to the crusade. Bad move, unfortunately. When I came back to find the injustice in it, a companion, good buddy, and mate. Also a soldier during the Crusades. You might get to see a little bit of action from him today. And of course, our Lady Rachel.
Lady Rachel, I think it was familiar.
Gentlemen, don't let appearances fool you. Whatever you do later on, don't annoy you. No, actually do. Save me a job, right? So, you're all here to see a demonstration of fighting skills. Yes?
Yeah. Don't say on now. No, we just got to walk through this.
I know we've gone back in time, but the time delay is a bit unnecessary. You've all come to see a display of medieval fighting techniques, haven't you?
Yes.
And you've all come to see a pantomime, haven't you?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, without further ado then. Would you like to see a bit of quarterstaffing between myself and Craig?
Yes.
Would you like to see a bit of sword fighting between Craig and myself?
Lily, careful, darling, careful.
Would you
would like to see a bit of bare knuckle between you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who would like to see a bit of sword fighting between Lady Rachel and me?
Yeah. Lady Rachel.
That's not the same response we got yesterday.
Lady Rachel can fight as well.
So you don't want to see the lady fight?
Yeah.
She's not going to fight if you're not going to be any more enthusiastic than that. Would you like to see the lady fight?
Yeah.
She's lost interest. Let me do it now. Quarter staffing first or the lady fighting first?
Lady.
The very definition of hard. Tell you what.
You go inside the tree. Oh no, poor lady.
Yay!
Yay!
Why did she have trouble picking her sword up this morning?
It's fine. It's not heavy.
Nearly fell over.
Bit more interested.
Bit more interested.
Don't say a bit more interested.
Yeah.
Rattled.
This is too.
Anybody want to see that coming? Because that is scary. Who said yeah?
Robin Hood озверел.
Come back! Now who's going to win this fight? Me, of course.
Ooh, the strong baby. Lady winner.
Anybody's interested, this stuff tastes really, really weird. Very clever.
Dagger, I'm behind you.
Robin Hood very look like Peter Pan.
Dagger.
Maybe Robin Hood costume look like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Look like Peter Pan exactly.
I don't like it, Mom.
I don't like fighting.
No.
Yeah,
Dagger was behind him.
Dagger, got it sorted.
She's got Dagger behind her. Why she didn't get a Dagger? That's idiot.
You're not supposed to.
You not enjoying this?
Yeah. Awesome. Why didn't take a dagger?
It's just behind them in the bow.
Did she do well? Yay! Oh, no, it isn't. Got it now, boys. Ooh, got you now. Oh. Yeah! Got you sorted now. I said that last time. Ah! Come here. Ha! What's your name? I can't imagine this.
Sorry.
We're quite finished. Go, still go, boy. I'm still back.
That's about right.
Why did you get back on the first place?
All that there, isn't it? Wow! I'm still gonna see it! Well, no, actually it wasn't a draw. Ah, maybe it's a draw. Draw!
Definitely a draw.
Thank you. She says the sweetest things. It's something you won't see in the movies, boys and girls. Ever heard of a medical term called a sunken chest? That's how you get one.
I think we need cheering on, so pick your favourite outlaw. We've got Pete and we've got Craig. So cheer for your favourite one. Pete.
Come on, Craig.
Craig. Oh, Craig. Craig. Pick your favourite. Alright.
Well, which one's Craig?
The ginger one.
Okay.
Oh, they're very quiet. Go, Craig. Go, Pete.
Oh. Oh, Craig is a strong one.
Mom, it's just pick fire. In a real fight, you probably won't.
Stop arguing, that's why I will not do anything for you. Come, Gleb, and second. Look at this beautiful tree, look.
I want to make pictures.
I already did. Come on now, let's meet Daddy now. Otherwise he'll confuse something else.
Hurry up, Mom.
There's something to drink. Are you thirsty?
Lolly. Oh, Dad, can I have a lolly?
I just go toilet. Who wants toilet, huh? Let me go.
It's just
Did you do anything?
we.
Gleb, you want to go toilet? Lady toilet?
No.
I do. Evanstone village, where Robin Hood Mary Marian. So we already passed the church. So where is this one then? Edwin Stone House. Slow down. We will miss everything.
Won't miss anything.
I can't see any pub there.
You will.
What, on this road must be pub.
Yeah.
I will manage to turn somewhere.
Turn right at the Robin Hood.
Right, here's a spot.
There you go, where you left them.
Why? Because I get to get a chance. I'm going to go and see
Watch out, Lily.
Right.
I just do what I like. Yeah.
Так, вот мы в лесу. Carry on! Why? Carry on there, straight. Ah, you're going this way. Why? Так, вот мы сейчас в этом лесу паем. Тут всякие сыроежки, которые теперь считают несъедобные. О, это даже не сыроежка, это вообще поганец какой-то. Ну здесь да, здесь грибов вообще нет, не вижу никаких грибов. Ничего съедобного нет. Ну что, Глеб, are you ready now? А? Are you going to no moon again? Hey. Yeah? Oh no. That's bad. Вот. It's not straight now. Pine wood. Это Sherwood Pine. Это мне больше всех он нравится. Здесь мы взяли велосипеды с Глебом. И вон оттуда. Заблудились сейчас. There are people coming. There are people coming. Ой. Заблудились. Мы взяли adventure way instead of family way.
Okay, Mom, stop filming now. I'm ready.
Смотри, у нас есть немножко времени. Let's go this way. See what is on there. Come on.
How many minutes now?
10 minutes left. A little bit less than that. Come on, go then. Show me how can you cycle. Come on, go this way.
No, I'm waiting for you.
I'm filming.
No, I'm waiting for you.
Playground and she was fine. No? Nicholas, come on, show us sit down. No. Come on, show us sit down. Come on, darling Nick.
Cereal?
No, stay with shoes on. Okay, sure, take them off. Why so much things? Shoes, not shoes, doesn't matter. Like Nicholas go. No, keep socks on, keep socks on, keep socks on.
Mom, why is Lily getting on the back?
Because I don't want you to do all this mess.
Oh, why is Lily going on the back?
She's going what?
On the back. Why is Lily going on the back?
Come on, and Lily, stay next one. Okay, I will. This is spider. Look. You're touching me. Why are you poking me like that? Yes, go then, go. That's very nice playground. This is the best one. Look, and go on the top here, look. This is for big kids as well, Gleb. Oh, look at it. There's a little houses there made of wood. Gleb, let's go to see this house with you. Come on, let Nicholas go, Peter. He'll be fine here. Look, this is this house.
5-4.
Come on, Nicholas, let's go, because you need to do some activities with him. Lily, come on, let's go on the playground. Daddy can do nothing.
Oh, really dirty. Let me come on.
Look, Gleb, get stuck there, look. Oh, but you help your son then. Lily, come on. Lily. Nicholas on Robin Hood playground. Lily, come on, my darling. Look. Why don't you climb this way? Look. Nicholas. Shall we climb? Where? Oh, Lily, what's up? Go around on this one.
Come on, then, Lily. Come on. Come on. I've got you.
Come on, Nicholas, go this one.
You worry too much. Come on.
This is a good one. This is adventure.
Come on, walk.
Look.
Oh, you. Blinking Lalu. You blinking Lalu.
Oh, Lily darling Lily. She's crying at least. Come on, my precious. Shall I help you?
Yeah.
Tell Daddy. You know what? I have a good idea. Like this. Look, Gleb, me, Lily, Nicholas.
What, is the button already on?
Yeah, it's already on. Don't put your finger here.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's just recording, don't you see?
No.
This way.
Yeah, do Nicholas. Yeah, come on, go then. Let's do it, Gleb. No, we do it.
Oh, let's do it.
Hello.
Yeah.
You brave fool.
I think that's a bit much.
Huh?
Is that a bit much for him?
What you're doing? He bumped on me. He expects me to take him down. I said I can't do it.
Yeah, come on.
So I told him. Press it down.
Come on.
That's Gleb. Gleb у него. Nicholas. А вон Глеб ползет. Тедди Б. Здорово.
No, you can't. Nicky!
Oh, Lily, brave girl. You better hold children.
I'll draw her. Are you sure?
Nicholas, listen. Here, everywhere. Here.
Yes, it's very, very high. I think it's too high for you, don't you? Get down. I'm not doing it for you.
I can only go left.
I'll let you. That's right.
The prehistoric people, they decorate the пещеру. Это историческое искусство. The prehistoric people, they decorate their houses. Can you imagine this? What was the house of prehistoric people, Lily? Cave, yeah, cave, пещера, cave.
Round the bottom well.
Lily, stay here for me, please. I'm here. I'm here.
So we've arrived here, and the main thing to think about is a question of choice and division of the actual gorge. So one of the first things that we can look at is why would they choose to live on that side of the gorge as opposed to this side of the gorge.
Lily thinks
Any
that
ideas?
Indians.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
south
Indians.
They're not
facing, and it
Indians.
would have been a
Lily
couple
says
of
they are.
degrees warmer than this side. And because of that, considering how close the ice sheet was at Doncaster, that would have been a considerable plus point if you consider their well-being and comfort. So that's one of the things that we looked at. And it's interesting the fact that all kinds of habitation were all found on that side of the gorge. But the artwork is found on this side of the gorge. So one of the myths that you probably think about is that they sat there whiling away the time doodling on the rocks at the side. No, let's get it right. They lived on that side and they went somewhere really special across the other side of the gorge to do the artwork on that side. So that's what you'd be looking at. So it wasn't a case of just doodling. This was something special and specific that they did.
It's just something very unique now. Pictures, it's been made many, look how many years ago.
It's something special and it has a different process.
Look how people believe it, people even live there.
Lily thinks they're Indians.
They're not Indians, well, they could be Indians.
Animals! Lily, how can they possibly
They look like we
Indians?
are.
Animals! Lily, they're not Indians. Animals!
I know. Like, well, listen to this.
But the hunters...
Did they use the reindeer then for carrying stuff as well? No, they didn't.
Traction wasn't until about 3000 BC, and generally that was horse first.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, there wasn't much of that at all.
It's quite a journey, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They must have been very fit.
Absolutely fit. My goodness, there you go. They must have had the Weetabix, that's for sure. So that's absolutely, yeah. So, and as well as that, carrying everything with them, and especially when you think of how heavy the flint was alone, and they would have had to carry that up with them. And the same, if they had a spear, there was no trees here. So therefore they would have actually even carried a stick to make the spear up and down as well. So absolutely everything they carried with them.
There were no trees here, that's an interesting...
No, none at all. Only grass, and that's
so
what the
this is
range
just
is.
like
And tundra.
grassland, tundra, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't even steppes in which you could have herding animals most
because of the ice.
Absolutely, it's permafrost here. Scrape all the gunk off the hide. You've got to make some of his guts and make the thread. See, it's all there. There we go.
Come on. Come on, my darling. Oh, look at this beautiful cake. That's gorgeous. What a gorgeous cave. Welcome to the boathouse cave. Look.
Mom, they were talking about this in the other one.
I know.
Mom, they were talking about this.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hear?
Of course I did.
Yeah, 29.
I was listening.
Or we just listening about it.
Like, let's stay away from the water, please.
Why?
Just can drown like that, can you? Oh, look at this, how beautiful. Look how much крапива. Царство крапивы, смотри. Kingdom of крапива. Well, I think we're going now. No? Have we been on this cave, didn't we? On this side. Gleb, you like this tour? Huh? Gleb, you like this tour? Gleb?
Yes,
Answer something. On Lily. Look at the beautiful white swan. It's all cake there. Come on then, come on, go faster. Oh, look at this cave, it's huge. Come on, turn around, Gleb. Come on, darling. Look at this. It looks nice, Lily. Ooh, it's so old. on, run. Whoop. Down. Stop.
Yeah, that's the old, used to be the railway line, didn't it?
Oh, look at this horse. This one is historic people. Where do you see the sign? You need to remember the sign there. Then we will ask. Then we have a book there.
Yeah.
Robin Hood Trails. You see the sign here, yeah? What do you see? Horsey? The shoe horse.
In that lake, you can walk by it down, Monsell Head, where the hotel is, top of the hill, on the top.
This case where we've been, yeah?
That sort of
Gleb, stop playing with this now.
I'm not playing, this is a message.
Who?
No one.
Boris? Why are you wasting money for no one message then? Huh?
I'm actually playing the game.
Oh, look at this big cave here. Так, все, хватит, убирай. Take your game away. Look at how beautiful here.
Well, we've been to that cave, didn't we?
Yes, we did, yeah. Robin Hood Cave, yeah? Ah, a big one. And then we'll see this beautiful one. It's beautiful, like a tree. We'll have art. Look, there's a church hall, yes. That's what I was talking about, yes. Yeah, you go, I'll try to get the picture.
Yep, fantastic. Good. I think we're doing well today. Right, so, let's go up there.
Yeah, put your helmet on. It'll be too dark to film her. Okay, you go. It'll be too dark here. Filming. Don't think it's too much out here. Oh, look at this. Lovely, yeah.
Monitoring the exhibition take some doing.
Look at
Weather. Now then, what the Victorians did when they decided that they were going to excavate these caves is to just blow up with dynamite. Obviously the thing to do.
Yeah, no messing around.
No messing about. You can't be doing with that. So they dug it and just chucked out all the waste out there. And this clay floor down there that you can see now, that is actually the Paleolithic clay floor. So they did dig down quite considerable. And this area here that you can see, this is actually a hyena den. Pretty messy creatures they were too. So unfortunately you pick up what you think is a bone and you find it's a bit of corpulite, which is fossilized poo. And
keep it going.
Yeah, so that's a hyena den. Pretty messy creatures they were.
I don't want to tell
the question is, in all of this time, why did it take until 2003 to find it? Well, the answer is quite simple if you think about it. Paul and Sergio were right down there because this metal scaffolding didn't arrive until much later. So they were down there and the artwork's up here.
Where?
So that's why Gordon's seen it.
Where's the artwork?
Oh, let's
Can't see us, yes?
I will along over here. Read by you. Right, so what I'll do is I'll show you the first one. So, do you want to come over on this side, whoever's first? So, 2, 3 to 5, there we go. As I say, if you can't see it, then just let me know, and then once you've seen it, then we'll have to shuffle around to the next people, so don't worry about it. So the first part here, there's the back side and the little tail. There's the triangular legs. Always triangular legs, and this is very similar to the tail. And there's a little eye as well. We've even done bits of shoulder here as well to emphasise it. You'll do that again? There's the back side of the tail. There's the triangular leg. The belly disappears. Another triangular leg. There's the jaw and the nose. The muscle coming up here. There's the horn. And there's the shoulder coming down for the back. And then there's the tail. Another query, but they actually did see it and we were quite pleased about it. Apparently Sergio stood on there at one point asking for a photograph, and then we noticed some of the other stuff. So, when you're ready. Thank you. Right, there's the triangular leg. The belly just appears. I can't see it with that light, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's a reindeer. Yes. End of the story.
Yeah, they've got a thigh muscle on this one, real thigh muscle as well, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. They did that a lot, which is quite interesting. So I'll go through that again. There's the nose.
Yes.
Coming up here, there's the back of the, under the neck.
Yeah.
Coming here to the leg. And the kinky knee there. The belly. Another triangular leg. The back side disappears. Pick it against the back. There's the neck. An ear. And then there's the ankle and the eye. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Now this one here, can you all see this one? Right, so what we've got here, the black outline is obviously what I've just pointed out to you. And what's interesting is that it wasn't sacrosanct. Once they'd actually engraved it, it didn't mean to say that they couldn't do other things with it. So it's not like we would sort of venerate it and sort of say that that's it. You know, what we've looked at is modern hunter-gatherers, and sometimes what they did is go over, repaint and repaint and repaint, or re-engrave a picture or an image to help as an aid memoir for their stories.
Of course.
So it's nothing to say that this didn't happen in this particular instance. And the other thing is that they superimposed other animals on it. So I've not been able to find this little guy here. This must be an early one from the style. But these, you could be able to see it in this particular area here. You find lots of the bits of engravings. The lighting's not too good here, but have a good look in a moment. Burgers, 9 kebabs and 3 fries. That's what it is. Have they gone for a Happy Meal? No, you don't think so? Oh my goodness, what? Let's see, chicken wings.
No.
No? Well, what are they going to have? You don't know? My goodness. I mean, these could be tally marks of some sort. That's what it looks like. It could be the number that they need to kill to feed their families over that 6-week period, and taking some back with them maybe. It could be those ones that they have killed. Yeah. It could be, looking at it from a completely different perspective, parts of the initiation ceremony. How many teenagers they got in the group that year that they need to pass through? Or that year they had 3, that year they had 9, and that year they had 3. Or could it be that each year they would add an extra one for whoever? Yeah, so what they mean, you can add lots of different layers of meaning onto it without actually departing from the actual story that's being told anyway. So a lot of this thing, it's still be an eye. Right, shall I do that again? Yeah. There's the underside. Oh, go, stop waving, girl. There's the underside of the beak. There's the neck. The body, it disappears slightly, the body. There's the top part of the neck, the head, coming round on the top part of the beak, and there's the eye. Now this is an ibis. Now the interesting thing about
reindeer. Reindeer.
Reindeer?
Yes.
Another one. Notice I'm being very non-committal on this one at this moment in time.
I can say horns. It must be some
bird.
Apparently that depicts the female form. I'm a bit careful. I'm a bit dubious about it myself. But anyway, that's what you've got.
Yes, you have to have a vivid imagination.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, in any case, they've accepted my proposal for my PhD on those triangles.
Alright now,
Right, okay, so what we've got now is Pinhole Man. And this is a little engraving on a bone which was found in Pinhole Cave. And again, this tells more about the actually in this case Edwardian archaeologist. This was found by Leslie Armstrong, and he did two things which I have yet to figure out why he did. The first one, when he found it, was to cover it in coal. And it's taken the British Museum until now to get rid of the coal. So that's what we've got there. And he also had it so they're allowed to go in. Why? Now, if females were depicted with a head at all, they often had a beak or a bird, which again is... The Victorians didn't blow it up. It's pristine archaeology, and we're dying to get our hands on it. Yeah. So, and the fact that it's on this side is really, really exciting. So we're really excited about that. And hopefully we'll get some...
Ground is clean. 1,000 years ago. No, please, where is it, Tori? There's no toilet here. Just use your napkin.
There's two small pieces. One's in Mother Bruce's and one's in Robin Hood. The one in Robin Hood, I can say, is like that. That's it. Right, I showed you the triangle. It's got 3 lines. But the important thing about that is that there was some flowstone over it, and we radiocarbon dated that to 12,800 BC. So as I said, we're very secure on the dates on that one. Before present. It's to do with the calibration of the radio.
It's beautiful, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Do you like it, Glenn?